Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Ron Galbraith Court inside Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. It's time for Westminster Titan basketball, where the Westminster Titans, ladies and men, will take on the Bethany Bison in a doubleheader. I'm Mark Slazak, along with Jacob Rhodes and Ben Kelly, as we get you set for a game that has a lot of bearing on playoff position for the women, and we'll see the same in the men. Welcome in, Jacob Rhodes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mark. Always a pleasure to be in the booth with you. And as you mentioned, some PAC playoff clinching scenarios here today in New Wilmington.
We'll definitely keep an eye on that throughout the game. Coach Roseanne Scott for Westminster is in her 24th year, a three-time PAC Coach of the Year. Led the Westminster Titans to the title in 2005. The Bethany Hall of Famer with 321 seasons in her career. And she gave us three keys for the game this afternoon.
That first key, pretty similar and been a key for most of the year. Rebound the basketball. The Titans got to take advantage of Kate Bodai being out for the Bison today, their leading rebounder. Defense, just keep Lindsey Garrison and some of these star-studded scorers off of the three-point line and play straight-up defense. And last but not least, team offense. Get the ball to people open and make some easy shots.
It's Senior Recognition Day today at Westminster, so we'll honor the seniors as well. So stay tuned for that. It's Westminster and Bethany coming up next on your home of the Titans, WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Riardo's Bar and Grill, offering homemade Italian dishes, game nights on Mondays, and trivia nights on Wednesdays. Located at 1223 East Washington Street in Newcastle. Riardo's Bar and Grill, opening at 4 p.m. every day and closed on Sundays. Visit riardos.com or call 724-698-7259.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Pizza Joe's in New Wilmington, offering pizza, stromboli and calzones, subs, wings, and salads. Pizza Joe's open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. at 209 South Market Street in New Wilmington.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Sunset Lanes, offering bowling, food, and drinks, located at 1218 Idaho Street in Farrell, Pennsylvania. Sunset Lanes open every day until midnight, closed on Sundays. Call 724-981-9363 or visit online at bowlingoftheballs.rocks.
Back here at Westminster College, Buzz Ridl Gymnasium, Mark Slazak along with Jacob Rhodes. Bethany and Westminster, our matchup. Let's go down to the third member of our team today, Ben Kelly, to tell us a little bit about Michaela Lopez.
Well, first and foremost, Mark, happy Valentine's Day to all of you. I've got my pink tie feeling festive for this season ahead. Coach Michaela Lopez in her fourth season with the Bethany Bison. In her first year, she took Bethany to the PAC playoffs, losing to St. Vincent in the quarterfinals. Redemption the next year, though, beating the Bearcats in the first round, losing to the champions Chatham in the second. To get to that quarterfinal win, they had to beat Westminster here on Senior Day. This is another big game with a lot of playoff implications that are going to bring us some deja vu, no doubt, for Coach Michaela Lopez and the Westminster players that were there. Big game for all involved today, Mark, on Valentine's Day.
Thank you very much, Ben Kelly. Time to take a look at the PAC standings with just 3 games to go.
Titans tied at third in the North. Grove City atop the North with 8-5 record. Allegheny 7-6. Hiram at fifth and Teal in sixth. On the south side, 3 teams with 10-plus wins. St. Vincent, W&J, and Bethany the top 3. Chatham and Waynesburg fighting for that last playoff spot, and Franciscan still at 6th.
It's the first year we've gone to 4-4 to these divisions. The top 4 in each division make it into the playoffs, so Westminster ladies are in there if its season ended today. There'll be a big next 3 games for the ladies. Games in and around the conference today.
Right now, Chatham and Geneva at halftime. Chatham up 29-28 on the GTs. W&J travels to Greenville to face the Teal Tomcats. Of course, Bethany and Westminster. Waynesburg goes to Grove City. Franciscan to Allegheny. And Hiram battles the Bearcats in today's nightcap.
In recent action, the Westminster ladies on Wednesday night, a big win over Hiram, 61-56. Bella Calcamugia with a big 3 with 11 seconds to go, broke a 56-56 tie. Titans snapped their 3-game losing skid. Grace Kano with 14. Now 15 straight games for Grace in double figures. Katie Grex had 12 points and 15 rebounds for her second double-double. That followed a Saturday loss last week, 82-53, down at W&J. Grace Kano led the way with 10.
Prior to Wednesday's loss against Waynesburg, the Bethany Bison had rattled off 9 in a row. They're 13-2 in their last 15. Lindsey Garrison, a huge game, 32 points against the Yellow Jackets, but the streak broke, and looking to start another streak today are the Bison.
Taking a look at the history between these two teams, all-time Westminster trails Bethany 26-30.
In their last game last season, a 26-22 halftime lead for the Bison, but a 47-26 second half opened it up. Katie Mario, 5 threes in that game, and Kadley Potter, a career-high 22 points and 8 rebounds.
Katie and Kaylee, a couple of big games the last couple of years against each other in Bethany and Westminster in the matchup. Some comparison stats for our game this afternoon. Westminster on offense averages 59 points a game, giving up 66. Bethany averages 70. They're number 5 in the PAC. They're also 5 in defense, giving up 63 points a game. Bethany, a good shooting team from the free throw line at 73%. Westminster at 62. The Titans have made 30% of their threes. They've made the third most threes in the conference at 146. And Bethany pretty low on the three column, just 108 on the year at 29%.
Absolutely. Looking at some ball control stats, Bethany 16 assists per game to Westminster's 14 turnovers. Both these teams above 19. Looking at the steals, Westminster 8 per game, 10 for Bethany, and rebounds pretty similar for these two programs.
And you mentioned earlier Kate Bodeye out. That's 9 rebounds a game. Plus she's number 4 in blocks in the PAC. She was not in the lineup today due to an injury, so no Kate Bodeye on the Bethany side. See if that helps out some of the Westminster numbers. Some of the key players for today, Westminster led by Grace Cato, averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds per game. Grace 52% from the field. Maddie Saika, 7 points a game and 4 rebounds. Katie Grexa, 7.7 rebounds, 20 blocks. Belly Calcamugio, 6 points, 48 steals. How about the fact that her 4 rebounds a game puts her third on the team at just 5'2". Katie Mario also 56 threes.
Absolutely. I mentioned the leading scorer earlier for this Bethany program, Lindsey Garrison. Single season, single game, and all-time three-point record. She got that all-time record against La Roche earlier this season on November 12th. The leader in scoring 15 a game, leader in threes, a 2-time first-team All-PAC selection, and a 1-time second-team. Ella Simpson, second in scoring, second in offensive rebounds, and second in threes. A transfer from NAIA University of Rio Grande, a career-high 25 versus Chatham 10 days ago. Kaylee Potter, second in rebounds with 6.5, 2 seasons at NAIA University of Cumberland, started all but 3 games in her Bison career. And last but not least, Lindsay Best, the favorite and probable winner of PAC Newcomer of the Year, 7-time PAC Newcomer of the Week, including 5 straight currently.
As we mentioned, it is senior recognition today at Westminster College. Taking a few minutes to recognize a couple senior members of the dance team at this time. And also we'll recognize a senior member of the women's basketball team. But first off is Katie Clark, an Allison Park native. She's joined by her mother and father in this time. And a 6-time Dean's List honoree is Katie Clark, a current team captain. Will graduate coming up in May. She'll have a degree in neuroscience and a minor in mathematics. So good career there for Katie Clark. You saw her with her mother Dawn and her father Chris. And then Jessica Kinter also being recognized today, accompanied by her mother Jennifer and father David. She's a member of the golf program, president of dance theater out of Ford City, an Alpha Gamma Delta sorority member, and a Gerb Miller Scholarship Association winner in her career. Jessa has served as the orientation leader, a member of the College Pre-Law Association. She'll graduate in May with a degree in political science and a minor in Spanish, and she plans on attending law school in the fall. So big congratulations to our dance team seniors, Katie Clark and Jessa Kintner. We also have a basketball representative today as Ange Ukiagu, a native out of Ambridge, joined today by Tracia, her mother, Bratton, and brother Zion. She spent 2 years as president of the College Black Student Union. And Ange will graduate in May with a degree in sociology and a minor in criminal justice. Plans on becoming a social worker while working on a master's degree in social work. Anne's also been a peer educator program, a resident assistant. So great career for Ange as a member of this team. Talking to Coach Scott about Ange Ukiagu, just mentioned, even though she has not spent a lot of time in games, she has been a big contributor to this team with her efforts and her energy and just always being there for the squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Always great to recognize the seniors and all their time here at Westminster College. For the men's game, we've got 7 guys later on, but Jessa, Katie, and Ange there. Congratulate them for great careers athletically and academically here.
And we've had chances on occasion, even on this airways, to interview Ange, and she has a lot of hands and a lot of things, and always does everything with a smile. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll have the officials. We'll have the starters. We get set for basketball. Westminster and Bethany, stay with us right here on your home of the Titans, WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Ed & Jerry's Auto Service, 275 North Market Street in New Wilmington, offering auto repair, maintenance, and towing services since 1964. Ed & Jerry's Auto Service open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Reed Activewear, offering men's and women's activewear and custom embroidery. Located at 1610 West Jackson Street in Painesville, Ohio. Reed Activewear, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, closed on weekends. Visit reedactivewear.biz or call 440-352-7433.
Our national anthem here at Westminster College as we get set for basketball action. The Bethany Bison at 15-7, 10-5 in the PAC. The Westminster Titans 8-14, 5-8 in PAC play. Westminster right now tied for with Geneva in that third spot, trying to hang on to a playoff spot. Playoffs begin coming up in just a couple of weeks. Time now to look at our officials for the game today. John Behringer, Troy Dennyfield, and Jonathan Dana are officials this afternoon for the ladies' game, and it's time for the starting lineups. First off for Westminster, they'll start number 0, Kennedy Arison, a 5'4" junior averaging 6 points a game. Number 10, Bella Camugio, a 5'2" freshman, averages 6 a game. Number 20, Grace Kane, the 5'11" junior, averages 12 points a game. Number 21 is Maddie Syka, a 5'7" freshman, averaging 7 points a game. And number 34, Katie Gregson, a 5'9" sophomore, also averaging 7 points per game.
For the Bethany Bison, number 2, the 5'7" grad student, Lindsey Garrison. Number 30, the 5'7" sophomore, Ella Simpson. Number 23, the 6'1" senior, Kaylee Potter. Number 10, the 5'8" freshman, Lindsey Best. And number 4, the 5'10" sophomore, Addie Blazer, rounding out the starting lineup for the Bison.
Westminster averaging 59 a game on offense, giving up 66 on the defensive side. Bethany 70 on offense, 63 on the defensive side. Rebounding-wise will be a big factor in this one. Bethany 42 a game, usually at a +3 margin. They're number 3 in the conference in defensive rebounds. Westminster number 9 in rebounds, usually a -2 per game. And we'll also keep an eye on the turnovers. Both of these teams are lower in the conference, number 10 and number 11 respectively, turning the basketball over. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Interesting to see that rebounding battle with Kate Bodai being out. One of the keys to the game for Coach Scott, as you mentioned, Bethany losing 9 rebounds per game there. Kaylee Potter and company going to have to step it up on the boards.
Yeah, Bodai out of the lineup, the 6' junior, number 5 in the conference, is 5 rebounds per game. You mentioned a long list of accolades for Lindsey Garrison, 43 threes on the season. The grad student averaging 15 points a game, so we'll certainly keep an eye on number 2 in the Bethany uniform. They'll wear the dark black uniforms today with the green numbers and the outline in white. And Westminster will wear the home whites with the blue numbers, blue letters, and blue trim.
Yeah, it's weird to say the Garrisons had a tame year from deep, so to say. I mean, 75 and 78 threes in her first 2 full seasons in a Bethany Bison uniform. This season, 43 made threes, still at a 35% clip, still elite atop the conference.
Katie Mario will come off the bench for Westminster today. She right now leads the PAC with 56 made threes on the season. All right, we're ready, center circle, to jump this one up. And we are ready to get it going here on Senior Recognition Day for Westminster College. Ball is in the air. The tap is slapped into the backcourt and out of bounds. It's going to be off of Westminster, but nonetheless, it's basketball time at Ridl Gymnasium. It'll be Bethany basketball.
Absolutely. Big game here for both Bethany and Westminster. Westminster with a win and a Hiram loss can clinch a PAC playoff spot here today.
Best will bring the ball across the timeline and into the high post for Blazer. Blazer puts it on the floor. Fakes, spins to her right, throws it high off the glass, shot no good, and Gregson with the rebound. Katie coming off a double-double against Hiram. Harrison on the wing looking inside, can't find Kano, drives to the foul line, now flips it to Kano, left to the foul line. Kano, the ball above her head, man-to-man defense for this Bethany Bison squad. Shot clock down to 10. Harrison to the top of the key. Trying to feed it inside for Kano. It's loose on the floor. Shot clock running down to 2-1 and no chance here. Clock's going to get to 0 as Grexa came up with the loose ball, but no time to get a shot off.
Tough defense there from Bethany. A good shot on the first possession on offense for Blazer. Couldn't get the hook to go, but stout defense from Bethany. 30-second shot clock violation.
To the right wing. Top the key for Bethany. Working it with Garrison. Garrison feeds it out to Blazer and then right side. Simpson lob it inside. Fight for the basketball. Lost for a moment. Potter grabs it and she'll bring it back out front. On the right side, it's going to be a long wing shot there by Best. Her shot no good. Rebound put back up and in. On the finish inside. And Kaylee Potter's first two.
An uncontested offensive rebound there. Potter an easy two.
Calcamuggio across the timeline. Flips it left side. Syka, she'll try from distance and hit it. Maddie Syka is going to triple to give the Titans a lead. Her 22nd three of the year.
No hesitation on the left wing three there from Syka.
Simpson out front for Blazer. She'll try to answer with her three, and it's going to be wide and out of bounds.
And we talked about this Bethany team. Lindsey Garrison, one of the most prolific shooters in the conference. But other than that, nobody above 20 made threes on the season. They only shoot it at about 29% from deep.
No full court pressure here, man-to-man style. No trap out of it, but just trying to get some time off the time clock. Now the trap is across the midcourt line. Harrison working the wing. It's the foul line, flips it in the corner for Grexa. Grexa, couple of dribbles, hands off to Kano with a shot clock at 10. Back to Grexa, 15 quarters up, and rattles out, no good. Rebound into the corner and grabbed by Best. Head near side for Blazer. Feed it inside and fight for the basketball onto the floor as they try to get it into Garrison, taken away by the Titans. Calcamuggio gets it ahead to Syka, downhill shot high off the glass and good, and the foul to go with it. A chance for a Maddie Syka three-point play.
5 early points from Maddie Syka. Great threading the needle from Bella Calcamuggio there on the fast break there. Syka taking the contact, getting the layup, and just hanging on the front rim there to roll in.
Foul on Blazer, her first. And line right, the Syka foul shot rattles out, no good. Titans have shot the free throws this year at just about 62%. There's a backdoor cut inside, throw it off the glass and good with the right hand. Ella Simpson on the board for Bethany.
Smart, easy bucket there from Bethany. Cut this lead back to 1.
Getting the full court pressure, get it ahead to Calcamuggio. In front of the pack, to the basket, lays it up and in with the right hand.
That is the risk that you take with the press there. Calcamuggio slithers through the press and gets an easy two.
A 7-4 Titan lead. That's top of the key to Potter. Foul line jumper is up off the back rim, no good. Rebound fought for. Grexa had it. Best jumped in there on it as well, and it's going to be a held ball. I think this will be Westminster's ball because the original tip went out of bounds, right? Yes?
Jump ball. Possession will go to Westminster.
So possession Westminster. Good look at Michaela Lopez there, the fourth-year coach.
Very successful in those first 3 years. PAC playoff appearances in the first 3 and expected to make it here in season 4.
Standout point guard in her day as well. Here's Syka open for another three. This one's off the back rim, no good. And a rebound pulled off by Best. Best lobs it inside. We'll give and go with Potter. Best for the left-hand layup is up and good. Lindsay Best first two. 7-time PAC newcomer of the week is Best, and here's going to be an offensive foul on the push-off on Katie Grexa.
Big momentum swing from Westminster. The and one from Syka. Now a bucket on the give and go and an offensive foul. Bethany looking to possibly take the lead here on this possession. Jenna Zelch checks in for Westminster. Grace Kano going to take a seat.
Titans get Jenna Zelch into the lineup, the 6-foot freshman averaging 4 points a game. Both teams one team foul. Here's Garrison on the wing being closely guarded by K.O. Harrison. Trying to not allow her to get any free looks from outside and flip it to Potter. She'll put a 15-footer up. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. Grabbed by Syka of Westminster. Had to Calcamugio. Had Zelch running the floor but couldn't find her. Calcamugio in the paint through a double team. Lays it up and rattled out. And the rebound grab by Blazer. Had the best on the left side. And then to Simpson. Top the key, Best down the lane with a right hand. Scoops it off the glass. It's no good, but called for the travel.
Travel there on Best. Calcamugio, great move on the other end. Just couldn't quite get the layup to go in the game now. Katie Mario and Angelina Brush for Westminster.
Try to get it, the sniper from the outside, and Angelina Brush, who does a little bit of everything. And Ava Bennett going to check in early as well for Westminster.
One of the things that Katie Mario has benefited from is these presses. Geneva last season pressed the entire game. Katie Mario finished with a career high 7 threes. Looks like Bethany knows that. And
Bennett, it's going to be Mario open in the corner. Caught it for a moment. Had a little inkling of shooting a covered three, but didn't take that one. Ball goes inside to Zelch. Zelch with the left hand. Spins, scoops off the glass, and good. And Jenna Zelch, hey, maybe she's learning some moves inside from Grace Kano.
Little shoulder fake there, just enough to get the left-handed layup to go. 9-6 lead for Westminster.
Up front with the basketball, Simpson. Feed it off to Martina Howe, who's checked in for the first time. Simpson going to shoot a foul line jumper. It's no good. Potter with the rebound to keep it alive. Up front, Simpson. I should say Howe. To Garrison here on the near side. Garrison in traffic, and that was Angelina Brush who kind of cut him off, but see who gets the foul here. It might be on Ange.
Playing a little bit of defensive back there. Went for the ball right when it got to the receiver, so to say.
Yeah, it was pretty close to being there at a time and a chance, but certainly cut off the attack to the basket. So the second team foul on Westminster. Almost inside for Simpson. Gets double teamed right away. Spins with a right hand shot. Off the side of the bankboard. Rebound grab by Brush. Titans with numbers. Brush to Bennett. Back to Brush in traffic. Throws it up. Doesn't go, but a foul. And Ange Brush will shoot a pair.
Lightning quick hands there from Brush to get that layup up.
Kind of a late 2-point break there. 2-on-2 break. You see Bennett had it late. Fed it to Brush almost under the basket. But yeah, like you mentioned, good to get that ball up and at least onto the glass. A couple of more changes and a media timeout. Take the media timeout in the action, so stay with us. Right now it's Westminster 9, it's Bethany 6 on your home of the Titans. This is WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Dev's Books Market. Dev's Books Market, located at 3384 Perry Highway in Newcastle, offering gas, grocery, fresh deli favorites, propane refills, diesel, and so much more waiting for you. Open weekdays from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Dev's Books Market, your one-stop shop in Newcastle, from books to bites to beyond.
Back here, Westminster College Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Mark Slazak with Jacob Rhodes. Let's go courtside to Ben Kelly. Ben.
Mark, 7 men's players celebrating senior day today. Only one that we talked about in the pregame. That's Angelina Ukiagu, and she was one of the loudest players in that Titan huddle, cheering, supporting other Titan players, echoing her support. I asked Coach Scott ahead of the game, how much are you going to miss having Ange on the sideline? She goes, an incredible amount. Ange is one of the best team players on the team, hardest worker in practice, and one that is very willing and deserving to celebrate senior day today.
Thank you, Ben. Great words about Angelina Ukiagu, the senior, the lone senior on this Westminster ladies team. As Ange Brush hits her first foul shot, and the second one up and good. Back-to-back foul shots for Brush. 11-6 Westminster. 4:47 here, first quarter. The ball out front is Anthony, who's checked in. Shaylin Anthony to Garrison. And then down the lane, Blazer. And cut off there. Nice defense by Zelch, and the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, tough defense early from Westminster. 3 of 10 from the field is Bethany, but keeping it close with those offensive rebounds. 2 early in the game for Kadley Potter, the 3rd turnover for Bethany of the game.
Press now, a little bit of a face guard man this time for Bethany. They have not tried to trap until they got the ball across half court. Now looking to run and trap it. Brush sprinting down the floor didn't allow them to trap. Good press break for the Titans. Zelch to Mario on the wing. They're not giving her much room. A little give and go to Zelch, and Zelch is going to get fouled on the way to the basket. Really nice pick and roll action with Mario and Zelch, and Jenna will shoot 2.
Absolutely. Another early thing for Westminster. This is going to be the 4th and 5th free throw attempts of this first quarter. Good pass from Mario there. Zelch taking the contact, going to go to the free throw line.
Anthony's first foul, team 3rd. Zelch foul shot off the rim, no good. She'll get one more.
14 to 23 on the year from the free throw line. Zelch, one of the first people off the bench for Coach Scott's program.
One more shot, line right. Had a nice feature on Jenna on Titan Town Sports this week. If you had a chance to check that out, you should. Jenna splits the pair. 3 in the game for Jenna. Titans lead by 6. Garrison working against Brush. A little backdoor cut near side, wide open. Missing the layup, though, was Best. Westminster with the rebound, but Bethany's pressure knocks the ball away from Calcamugio, and they get the basketball right back. When Titans had numbers, Calcamugio, though, could not get the pass away. And there's Garrison. I think that's going to be a travel. It will be.
Another turnover for Bethany early. 4 on the game. These teams combined for about 39 turnovers per game. 20 for Westminster, about 18 and a half for the Bison. Maddie Syka to check back in for Ava Bennett. I'm expecting the deep bench here from Coach Scott. Some Bethany pressure for most of the game. It's going to have 8, 9, maybe even 10 people in for Westminster.
Titans will be without Ryan Smith today, the freshman who has checked in early to a few games here as of late. She's out with a shoulder injury. Here's another foul. This is going to be the second foul on Anthony, and the 4th team foul. Anthony going to stay out there, though.
And checking back in for the Bison, number 30, Ellis Simpson.
Simpson checks back in. The inbounds pass thrown away, intended for Calcamugio. Kind of running away from the ball, though, and Maddie Syka on the inbound play.
Something the Titans have done good thus far is handling that pressure of the press with 3 Bison in the backcourt.
Face guard in the matchup. Looking to double team once you get around that half-court line. There's the double team on to Brush. Brush gets it away to Mario. Mario opposite of Calcamugio. Calcamugio to the foul line. To the lane is blocked inside and out of bounds. Blocked in there by Blazer.
One of the keys not mentioned from Coach Scott for 3 keys is handling this pressure. Westminster smart with the ball, cool, calm, and collected when trapped past half court.
Calcamugio will get it out front for Brush with 15 on the shot clock. Left side for Syka. Tried to get it on the little pick and roll to Zelch and threw it away. Ball into the high post. Spinning and shooting with the right hand. The shot going to be blocked in there and attempted by Blazer. Titans got a hand on it.
Active hands on the defensive side. We talked about it. Bethany not shooting the best from the field thus far. Titans doubled up, 12-6 lead right now.
And the inbound, it'll go to Best. And then high post for Blazer. Here's Simpson going to step back, fire a 3 on the wing. Her shot no good. Rebound, grab, put up, Annie and Lindsay Best with the offensive board in the bucket. She has 4.
Not shooting good from the field, but getting those extra shot attempts on the offensive glass. That's a 3rd offensive rebound for Bethany early.
Best came in. There's a backcourt foul. Best is going to commit that foul. Came in averaging about 5 rebounds a game.
That is her first.
Pick up her first foul. Team 5th, so we're going to shoot foul shots on the other end for Westminster with 3:06 to go here in the first quarter.
An active whistle from this group of officials early, both on turnovers and on fouls. Titans, some of the games have kind of been iced out from the free throw line, not got many attempts early. Going to be 7 attempts after Brush is done here.
Not a lot of, when you think about that, of girls that penetrate a lot to the basket for Westminster. As Brush hits that first foul shot, Syka would be one that gets downhill a lot and gets into the paint. Titans a lot of perimeter shooting or foul line area shots from open bigs. As Brush hits the next as well. Now 4 of 4 in the game for Ange. And a couple of backcourt fouls or fouls on rebounds for Bethany being a little over-aggressive has given the Titans opportunities. They've already been to the line 7 times.
Coming into this game, Ange Brush, 12 of 28 from the free throw line, but 6 straight going back to Hiram, the game-clinching free throws when that won 61-56. Good to see a little streak from the free throw line.
Read my mind. She got the last 2 in that game to kind of seal it. Shot up, no good for Best. The foul line rebound from Arison ricochets to Kano. Titans basketball leading 14-8 with 2:43 to go here in the first quarter. Syka on the wing. Dribbles downhill into the paint, off the glass and good. There's Maddie Syka, just as we talked about. Now with 7 in the game, Titans up 6. They're up by 8 actually. Near side, Potter spins against Gregson. She gets the block, slopped it away, but it comes back to Potter. Out front, It's Jones. She'll shoot. It's off the rim. No. Fight into corner for the rebound. And it's going to be out of bounds. That's off of Bethany, and it'll go to Westminster. Josie Stone and Grace Cano battling for the basketball. Titan ball with 2:11 to go in the first.
A team lead 21 blocks for Grexa. Had 3 steals, 3 blocks in the last game.
Trying to get into the paint again was Arison, and the shot blocked by Stone. Stone making her presence felt out of Wheeling Park, the 6-foot junior.
Box setting out for Westminster. Arison to inbound.
Long look, lob out front, and an athletic grab by Grexa coming back to the ball. Grexa to the baseline, spinning against the shorter Jones. Spin, shoots, it goes around the rim and off. Maria Jones there for the rebound. Lob goes inside for Stone. Stone with one dribble, spins back to Jones on the outside. 15-footers off the rim, no good, and Calcamugio in for the rebound. Calcamugio going to throw a long pass, trying to get the touchdown to Saika a little bit too far. Throws it back overhead, back into Cano to keep it alive. Into Grexa, to the basket, layup's good! How about that from the Titans?
Showtime Lakers, Showtime Titans there. Saika above the head pass, gets the bucket as Grexa.
Top of the key, it's Best spinnings with the right hand. Her shot no good. Stone chases the rebound into the corner. Can't get it. Westminster basketball. Titans plus 10 here in the first quarter. Nice start on senior day. Lindsey Garrison going to check back into the game right now for this Bethany team. Their leading scorer. Just one shot attempt thus far.
She's been held in check. No three-point attempts for Garrison. 32 points in the last game.
Harrison double teamed in the backcourt, looking for help. Throws it ahead to Saika. Titans now have numbers. Saika at the foul line, fumbles it away, but flips it to Cano. Cano puts it on the floor, splits a double team, but it's off her leg and out of bounds. That whole series right there, just seemed like Bethany was everywhere Westminster wanted to go. And the ball out of bounds for the Titan turnover. Westminster's turned it over 5 times here in the first.
Yeah, difficult when you're doubled before half court. Kennedy Harrison got it out there. Saika stumbles with the dribble. Cano just possession the Titans, which they'd had back a little bit cleaner.
56 seconds ago here in the first. 24 on the shot clock. Garrison out front around a high screen, closely guarded by Harrison. Flips it baseline for Simpson, and her jumper is up and good. Ella Simpson with 4 in the game. 18-10 Westminster.
Titans constantly using their speed to beat this press.
And this time they lost it in the backcourt. Calcamugio made a nice move to kind of get herself open in the double team, but then flipped it cross court to Grexa, who couldn't quite change direction enough to go back and get that. And the Titans turned it over, giving Bethany another opportunity here late in the first quarter. Best on that Titan logo. The right side for Stone. Stone will feed it near side for Potter. And there's going to be a holding foul on Harrison. And you wonder where that was going to come, because Harrison had been all over Lindsey Garrison so far. So it's Harrison on Garrison, the early matchup, and Kennedy got called for the hold that time. Her first foul, but just 3 on Westminster. Shot clock to 23 seconds on the game clock.
Definitely a key for Coach Scott and Kennedy Harrison. Stay on Garrison the entire game.
There's Simpson with another foul line jumper. This one's up and good. Simpson, a couple of baskets here in under a minute in this first quarter, have cut the lead down to 6. Titans trying to inbound. 7 seconds. Calcamugio still in the backcourt. Behind the back dribble, crossing the timeline with 2. Feeds it intended for Zelch. Nobody can grab it. That's going to end our first quarter. So 2 late baskets cut into the 10-point margin as we end the first. It's Westminster 18 and it's Bethany 12, and we'll take a break on your home of the Titans, WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Sunset Lanes, offering bowling, food, and drinks, located at 1218 Idaho Street in Farrell, Pennsylvania. Sunset Lanes open every day until midnight, closed on Sundays. Call 724-981-9363 or visit online at bowlingoftheballs.rocks.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Ed & Jerry's Auto Service, 275 North Market Street in New Wilmington, offering auto repair, maintenance, and towing services since 1964. Ed & Jerry's Auto Service open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Mark Slazak back here with Jacob Rhodes, Westminster. Get some of the replays here. There's the Grexa runner. But an 18-12 lead. Titans led by as many as 10 in that first quarter. And right now, the last 2 baskets, a couple of Titan turnovers. Simpson capitalized with a couple of baskets and cut it to 6 as we go into quarter number 2. Some numbers, Jake?
Yeah, both these teams, 6 made field goals. The difference is Bethany's attempted 8 more, 4 offensive rebounds, 3 from Kaylee Potter, 1 from Lindsey Best. The Titans winning the overall rebounding battle, but those extra chance opportunities for Bethany keeping them in this first quarter.
Maddie Syka with 7 points. Ella Simpson with 6. Lindsey Best with 4. 4 also for Ange Brush, all from the foul line early on. Couple assists for Bella Calcamugio. Also for Potter and Garrison on the Bethany side. So it'll be Bethany ball to start the second quarter. Bethany coming in at 15 and 7, 10 and 5 at the PAC. They're in the south. Westminster 8 and 14, 5 and 8 in the north. It's Best at the top of the key. Working against Brush. Hands to Potter. Potter on that right wing trying to get down low. Double team. Goes back to that foul line area, and the jumper's up and good by Best. Good work by Potter.
And good work by Westminster's defense as well, doubling off the spin, finding Best at the free throw line. Westminster, the right rotation, better pass from Potter.
Brush in the paint, dumps it for a baseline jumper for Zelch. It's up and good. Nice touch from 15 out, and now 5 in the game for the freshman.
Yeah, you'll at least get one of those from Jenna Zelch per game. Loves that 15-foot jump shot, a really quick shot.
Best trying to lob inside, ball deflected by Gregson. Nice defense because then it touched Potter last. She said it did not touch me. Well, the call does go to Westminster.
Titans lead by half a dozen here. 9:08 remain in the second quarter.
Mentioned Ange Brush, 2 foul shots late in the game to seal the deal against Hiram. 4 in a row today. Here's Zelch, same place, same result. Knock it down again. Jenna Zelch, 4 in the quarter and 7 in the game.
One of the bigs for Westminster that doesn't hesitate to space the 4 and close. Doesn't really hit the 3 ball, but that 15 to 18-foot range, no hesitation from Zelch.
Working left side, ball slapped away from Harrison and out of bounds. Not called KO's name, Kennedy, much on the offensive side, but boy, has she been all over the leading scorer, Lindsey Garrison, early on defensively.
W&J up big 33-10 on Teal in the second.
Potter on the inbound left alone and drains a 3. Wait, no contest. And Potter gets her 7th 3 of the year.
7 of 24 now. Not really known for the deep range shooting. Potter hits that one.
Here's someone known for a deep range. Mario in the air. Shot no good. Grexa fighting for the rebound. Cannot track it down before she's out of bounds. Mario with a good open look and cannot knock that one down. Pack leader, 56 threes on the season. Number 2 in percentage.
See Grove City up 27-8 on Waynesburg.
To the high post. Got by Best. Looking left side. There's Potter open again. Another jumper from the distance this time. No good. Rebound Best. Put it back up. No. Fight for the rebound. Grab by Mario of Westminster. Fights by 5 with 8 minutes to go first half. Harrison to Mario on the wing left. Mario trying to get downhill, tried to feed it to Zelch and threw it away. Boy, Mario kind of got a late double team, had Zelch cutting, but the ball right at her feet, unable to make the catch for Zelch, and that ball out of bounds for the Titan turnover.
Yeah, tough pass. I want to say rolling left, throwing right, kind of one-handed on the baseline. Would have been a stellar pass if it was made by Mario, but a turnover for Westminster. 22-17 the score. Titans lead by 5.
7 Westminster turnovers now here early. On the high post for Potter, puts it on the floor, cut off there by Gregson. Back out front, Garrison gonna fire a 3. It's off the rim, no good, and the rebound out of bounds. A little bit of that caged animal syndrome for Garrison. She really hasn't had a chance to touch the ball. That time she quickly backed up, caught and shoot quickly, and did not hit that 3. Again, she hit as many as 78 in the season a couple of years ago. You know she'll fire it. Here's Brush beating the press. Ahead to Mario. Open. Triple in the air. This one's off the side rim. No good. And Potter with a rebound.
Taking it off the rebound herself. Potter up ahead.
And almost a steal. And this is going to be a takeaway for Westminster. Mario cut in front. They got a piece of the basketball, and then it ricocheted off of Lindsey Best and out of bounds.
Bethany struggled on the offensive end thus far. Turnover-wise, not shooting it how they do from the field. And part of that is Lindsey Garrison, with KO being on her hip the entire time. 32 in her last game. Definitely a part of the game plan for Coach Scott.
And Bethany 8 of 25 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3 thus far. Right side Zelch, cross it out front for Saika. Saika trying to get downhill, bangs in, puts it up and in with the right hand, but going to be a charging call as Potter takes the charge.
One of the strongest players in the entire conference, I'll bet money on it. Driving to the lane, Maddie Saika there, bulldozing in. It works out for her a lot of the time, but the charge there.
Yeah, that time just had extra defenders waiting for her. She beat her defender, but Potter did a nice job taking the charge. Across the timeline, Blazer. High post for Best, spin against Mario, gets to the baseline, puts it up with a right hand, and it's good. A quick move to the basket, 8 points for Lindsay Best.
We've seen Westminster as of late in the last month or so start these games really hot, but kind of gas out as the game goes on. They were up on Waynesburg up early on Bethany.
There's Saika trying to get into the paint again, missed the shot, got it back, put it up, no good. And on the run comes Potter across the timeline. Bethany has cut which one's a 10-point lead down to 3, and that shot in and out nearly tied Zelch high for the rebound. Head to Calcamugio sprinting across the timeline. Feed it opposite for Saika, who made a great catch to keep it alive. Back to Mario, opposite to Calcamugio. Baseline drive, feeds to Zelch, try to shoot a short jumper, and then reaching in and knocking it away was Best. But it looks like it's going to be a 2-shot foul coming for Jenna Zelch.
Crisp passing from the Titans there. 2014 San Antonio Spurs-esque. Flying around is Bethany on defense, too. These passes aren't just stand still, I mean, drive and kick, bounce pass around a defender. Titans smart with the ball early.
First foul shot back rim, no good for Zelch. Starting, I tend to think it was either 8 or 10 of 10 from the line for Jenna early in the season, but has kind of struggled a bit. You saw her frustration after that miss. That one up and good.
Yeah, frustration after being so proficient in that mid-range area, the free throw's just not working. I mean, if the mid-range is hitting, I'd say jump on the free throw line.
Yeah, and she's good from there, and I think that's where the frustration is. 8 in the game early for Zelch. And Westminster, the lead back up to 23-19.
Similar style from Bella Calcamugio on the hip of Garrison, playing physical on the defensive end.
Simpson out front, jumper, about 17 is good, and Simpson ties Best for the game high for Bethany with 8 points. Most of those on about those 15-footers.
That's the tough thing about this Bethany team. When somebody like Garrison's not hitting, they have 3 or 4 other players that can go off for 20 on any given day.
A very good offensive team. Right side Zelch, inside for Saika, running to the basket, can't get it to go. Mario fighting for the rebound, does grab it with a hook with a right hand blocked inside. And the block by Blazer. Garrison. Foul line, he feeds it low for Potter. Underneath, wide open. Left alone was Blazer, and she'll lay it in.
Big-to-big passing there. Great vision from Potter. Tie game 23-23. Westminster up 18-8 early in this one. That's going to be a timeout for Coach Scott.
Timeout Westminster. And we'll take that chance to talk about a little what's going on, because it's the big, great backyard bird count coming up, something like that. You have experience. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. I was in the class last year, the bird class. Did you know your backyard is actually a bustling scientific hotspot? From February 13th to the 16th, join the great backyard bird count and turn your love for nature into crucial scientific data. It's easy. Just watch and count birds for 15 minutes in your yard, local park, or even in your window. Download the free Merlin Bird ID app or use eBird to submit your findings. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, your sightings help researchers understand global bird populations. Grab your bins or binoculars, connect with nature, and make your count count. Visit birdcount.org to learn more.
So 15 minutes of bird watching.
I
can do that.
It's nothing. I had hours last year. Had hours of it last year.
Taking a look at some of the late baskets here. There's Simpson. There's
Bethany fighting back.
Yeah, they were down 10.
Yeah, Bethany fighting back into this one. It's been Ella Simpson on those mid-range jump shots. Lindsay Best, the 2 there.
Simpson and Best both with 8 to lead the way. Westminster with 8 from Jenna Zelch and 7 from Maddie Saika. Let's go down to Ben Kelly. Ben.
Well, Mark, after that first frame, Coach Lopez was saying we got to get more blocks and more stops. Bethany, the 11th best team in Division III when it comes to blocks, only had 1 after that first. And this was the first time they've trailed after the first quarter since January 24th against Geneva. That one took overtime for Bethany to ultimately win. She loves the response that Bethany has had, though, coming out of that first intermission, and says, let's keep going, but let's get more stops. So look for heavy Bethany defense going forward.
Couple of good nuggets there, Ben Kelly. Thank you very much. Titans turned it over on the inbound against the press. 5:15 to go here in this first half. Bethany trying to get their first lead. The shot is up off the rim, no good. And the Potter's shot rebounded by Grexa, who ends up on the floor, and then a whistle. What do we have? Okay, Grexa did get run into, and Blaze are going to pick up the foul her second.
Yeah, I think Westminster would rather have that one stay off the boards. A wide open 2 on the other side. 23-23 tied, about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
If they don't get that whistle, they get a layup, or at least a layup attempt. Tied at 23. Calcamugio feeds it out to Arison. The defense getting pretty physical here for the Bison as well. Out front, Grexa. Couple of dribbles to her right. Now back left. Picks up the dribble to Calcamugio with a shot clock at 9. Bella tried to get inside, the ball slapped away. Pass rejected there by Anthony and out of bounds into the cheerleading group.
Active hands there from this Bethany team. As Ben talked about, 2 blocks in this second quarter already. Hands in the passing lanes, making it tough for Westminster.
Harrison looking, gets it into Grexa. Short jumper is too strong, no good. Psych a rebound back up. No! Had a great look at it, couldn't hit it. Simpson with a rebound. Ball ahead to Garrison. Garrison into the paint and an offensive foul as she's pushing against Bella Calcamugio. And Garrison will pick up her first foul. See, her second foul, I should say, and team foul number 3.
Not the day that Lindsey Garrison expected to have. Westminster had her name and number circled on that whiteboard early.
That was a big play by Calcamugio. She picked her up at midcourt and didn't let her go. Sliding the feet, drew the foul. Here's Psychic. Foul line area. Kick it out to Arison. Arison with a baseline drive. Arison to the basket, put it up, off the rim, no. Rebound underneath, grabbed by Grexa. Lost it though underneath as they stripped it away. And then the cross-court pass stolen by Calcamugio. And Bella, who leads the team with the steals, is out front. Feeds it to Psychic. Inside wide open, Kano layup, good! Westminster up 25-23.
Calcamugio, the closest thing to a free safety on the basketball court. They're intercepting that one. Leads to Westminster 2.
All knocked away inside. Grexa gets the hands on another errant pass, and Westminster comes up with the steal. Calcamugio out front with Westminster up by 2. Arison on the wing. Arison feeds Psycha, fakes a 3, trying to get downhill, cut off, forces the shot, it's off the rim, no. At 10 on the shot clock, and the rebound grabbed there by Potter. Potter across the timeline, top of the key. Feeded right side for Anthony. Anthony on the wing, trying to get a little pick and roll with Potter, but nothing there. Out to Simpson instead, she'll fire a 3, it's too strong, no good. Kano with a Westminster rebound. And trying to push the pace with Calcamugio, long pass ahead to Harrison. Slides toward the basket, little stop and go move and a layup for Kennedy Harrison. KO getting it done. And then a timeout taken.
Oohs and ahs here from the Westminster bench, and the crowd here looks like Ella Simpson might have tweaked her ankle on that little stutter move from KO.
Yeah, it looked like she was going to take a 3 on that wing. Look at the little stop and then turn it into high gear. Simpson under the basket, and we didn't get a chance to see on that replay whether or not we could see what her injury might have been, but Simpson goes out. She just scored 8 here in this first half, so we'll keep an eye on Simpson. Maybe Ben can get a check on that as well to see what that injury might be. She's on at the end of the bench being looked at by Westminster training group.
Yeah, very important there for Bethany. Simpson out with the possible ankle tweak. Lindsey Garrison not having the game that she usually has, and Kate Bodai a scratch for today for Bethany.
Out front, Potter. With a handoff, we're going to have a blocking foul as Best tried to turn the corner. It's going to go against the Titans. Bella Calcamugio.
One of the deepest groups in the entire PAC, this Bethany team. From Lindsey Garrison to Addie Blazer, Lindsey Best, Kaylee Potter, Ella Simpson, Kate Bott. I mean, the 6 right there can have 15 plus any night.
Yeah, it's often, we're trying to come up with key players before a game, and I'm looking at Bethany, and there could have been 6 or 7 players that we talk about in that pregame about the key players. Foul, team foul is number 2 on Westminster at the inbound. Grexler's going to knock it out of bounds. Talked about the defensive hands too about Bethany. The same thing from Katie Grexler. She gets a lot of deflections, really active with the hands around the basket.
It seems like Westminster's definitely made it a point to be active defensively this game, more than usual. As I mentioned, 6 stocks, 6 steals and blocks for Grex in the last one.
Right there, good hands by Arison. Nearly created a turnover. There's the deflection by Grexa. I love when the players do it right on cue. Here's Arison to the top of the key. Looking inside for Kano. They're double teaming Kano on every opportunity. That ball knocked away.
Yeah, pass fake would help Westminster. The double coming early.
Into the basket area, trying to force one up with the right hand is Lindsay Best, and she's going to get to the foul line. Well, Best, as Grace Kano going to commit the foul.
Yeah, Bethany kind of reading the eyes of the guards out in the perimeter. KO kind of looked Kano's way. Then you saw that backside defender help in. A little pass fake or just a no look maybe.
First on Kano, she'll check out for Zelch.
Taylor Dusenberry at the line.
3 team fouls on the Titans, 3 team fouls on Bethany, and Lindsay Best shoots some foul shots. Martina Howe, 5'8" freshman, checking back in. On the Bethany side, Ava Bennett getting back in. Ava's in for Grexa.
Ella Simpson still getting that ankle check. That looks like she's getting tape on it, possibly on the far side of the Bethany bench. Dusenberry at the free throw line.
Foul shot is up and good. First action for Taylor Dusenberry.
Bethany has weathered the storm thus far. Up 18-8 were the Titans in this one. Now Bethany could cut it to 2 here.
One more line left is up and good, so Dusenberry gets them both. She's 4 of 4 on the season. The senior's not had a lot of trips to the line. Gets into the rotation here now, early with Simpson and the injury. Here's Zelch banging in an offensive foul. Tried to turn and get it back out of there, but Potter takes her second charge of the game, and that's just well done by Potter to get there, and as soon as the contact happened, she went flying to the floor. And
every single one of those plays is going to be very crucial for both Westminster and Bethany today. Every point matters in this one. Titans up 27-25. We'll get some word on Ella Simpson if we can, but Lindsey Garrison also had a quiet first half.
Out front, will give and grow to Stone, who's checked that in. Shot with the left hand, no good, and another Westminster foul. Jenna Zelch was there this time, and I'm going to say Ange Brush as well. Ange going to get the foul. Second foul on Brush.
Grove City up big, 41-15 at half over Waynesburg. Allegheny and Franciscan 23-17. The Gators lead that one. Chatham pulling away from Geneva 71-51. Waynesburg, they're battling for a playoff spot, tied at 4th with Chatham. Grove City taking it to him in this one. And W&J up 25 on Teal, 44-19. First free throw up and good from Stone. Cuts the lead to 1 now.
Jersey Stone going to try to tie it. I think earlier I said Bethany hadn't had a lead. They had a 2-0 lead. That's it.
Yep.
Trying to tie it right here. And that shot's off the back rim, no good. Mario with the Titan rebound. Westminster with a 1-point lead, 1:56 to go. Here in the first half. Bennett to Zelch, baseline jumper. Got it! That's a 3rd time. That's the first time from the far side, but 3 times on the baseline for Jenna Zelch.
A little Kevin Garnett signature move, 1 step inside the 3-point line. At a point, take a step back there.
Now with a basketball. Flips to Garrison, trying to get on track here early. Garrison, the leading scorer for Bethany. Feed it out front. Turning the jumper off, and no good for Howe. Rebound fought for, grabbed there by Dusenberry. Be back up front. Best to set, likes her right hand, spins back to her left. Duck under with a right hand, heck of a move. Shot didn't go, but a Titan foul, and a clinic there for Lindsay Best on how to get to the basket and get yourself open.
Yeah, smart, using the pivot there, head fake, ball fake, spins out, gets to the free throw line. Talked about the 5-time reigning PAC newcomer of the week. 7 total in the season. If I was a betting man, I'd say she's going to win PAC newcomer of the year.
Based on those numbers,
yeah,
she has a huge lead.
Similar to last time P.S. Latowskis of Allegheny with 6 of them now.
Yeah, foul shot by Best is up and good. She'll get 1 more line left. And that one rattles home. 10 points up to her average of 10 a game for Lindsay Best. Westminster leads 29-28. 1:10 to go first half. Titans did not close out the first quarter well. We'll see if they could do so here in the second. Calcamuggio going to stop and pop from 3. It's off the front rim, no good. Rebound tracked down on the far side by Best. Best top of the key, right side for Dusenberry. She'll try from 3. It's off the rim, no, and the rebound going to go out of bounds. Westminster gets it back.
Ella Simpson, the trainer, just had a little, she ran up and down behind the bench a few times, said, yeah, I'm good. So expect her return in this one.
Ella Simpson, 5'7" sophomore, 8 early points. 6 came in the first quarter. Tweaked her ankle here. Harrison will hand to Calcamuggio and then to Zelch. Zelch out front. Back to Calcamuggio, actually back to Harrison. Harrison down the lane, tries to get in deep. Puts a shot up with the left hand, it's no good, but a whistle and a foul. Stone with the body foul. Picks up her first foul, team fourth, but the active shooting for Kennedy Arison, and KO will shoot 2, line right.
Attacking the basket there, using the body, taking the contact, and getting 2 free throws for Westminster, up 29-28. Just over 30 seconds remain in this first half. First one rolls out for KO. Hasn't been the season she'd like from the free throw line now, 12 of 35 from the charity stripe.
10 points for Jenna Zelch, ties her career high. She's done that twice this year. Second shot, line right, rattles off. And it stays 29-28, but the Titans keep it alive with the Bennett rebound. 27 on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock. Harrison feeds it corner for Mario, spins, shoots, the three in the air is off the back rim, no good. Bennett fighting for the rebound, pulled out of there by Duesenberg. On the run, long pass ahead to Garrison under the basket, flips it back to Best in the basket, can't get it to go, but a foul. And Lindsey Best will shoot a pair.
And Lindsey Garrison hasn't found it scoring-wise yet, still 0 in this contest, but doing it everywhere else she can for Bethany, passing, rebounding, defense.
A couple assists for Garrison. Didn't get an assist on that one, but got her teammate to the foul line. Best going to try to tie it here with 10 seconds to go in the half. First one's good. Best on the year, 59% from the line.
Bethany looking for their first lead since you mentioned 2-0 early in this one.
One more shot is up and rattles home. So there's the second lead of the game. 30-29, Bethany, 10 seconds. See if the Titans can take the lead before the half. Harrison across the timeline with 6 seconds. Gets a pick, picks up the dribble. Out front to Bennett. Bennett, and gonna just fired at the hoop with a 9-1-1 shot at the buzzer. It does not go. And we have reached the half with the score. Bethany 30 and Westminster 29. Take the halftime break. And back with more here in a moment. Hope to talk to David Richards for the men's team during our break as well. It's Westminster trailing Bethany 30-29 at the half on your home of the Titans. This is WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Reed Activewear, offering men's and women's activewear and custom embroidery. Located at 1610 West Jackson Street in Painesville, Ohio. Reed Activewear, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, closed on weekends. Visit reedactivewear.biz or call 440-352-7433.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Dev's Books Market. Dev's Books Market, located at 3384 Perry Highway in Newcastle, offering gas, grocery, fresh deli favorites, propane refills, diesel, and so much more waiting for you. Open weekdays from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Dev's Books Market, your one-stop shop in Newcastle, from books to bites to beyond.
Let's go down to Ben Kelly. He has Coach Roseanne Scott.
Yeah, Mark, here with Coach Roseanne Scott at the half. Coach, good start for you guys. How do you keep it going into the second half?
You know, we have 12 turnovers right now, and we're kind of careless coming down, trying to score too quickly instead of letting the defense them have to work more defensively. So I think that's kind of, we're rushing a lot of things offensively, causing those 12 turnovers. But defensively, we're doing a good job, but we just have to finish on the boards. We have to go grab the rebounds and don't give them second chances.
Both teams in foul trouble. How do you stay disciplined in the last 20?
You know, at this time of the year, you know, that's what you have to be disciplined in those situations. You got to be smart. You can't do frustration fouls, especially those type of fouls where you miss a shot, you come down and you want to, you know, you're frustrated with yourself. So we just got to stay. We got to stay in our minds and just, you know, play each quarter, play by play.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ben Kelly. As we are at the half with the score, Westminster and Bethany leading 30-29. Jake, some of the numbers from the first half include Westminster being led by, right now, the first half by Jenna Zelch, tying her career high with 10 points in the first half. 7 from Maddie Sykes. She had those early. 4 points for Angelina Brush, and then 2 each for Bella Calcamugio, Katie Grexa, Kennedy Arison, and Grace Kano. Couple assists for Syka, Calcamugio, and Brush. 4 rebounds for Katie Grexa. Titans 11 of 29 from 2, 1 of 6 from 3, 6 of 11 from the line. So when you look at those numbers, it's 38% from the field, 16% from 3, 54% from the line. As Coach Scott just mentioned, 12 Titan turnovers early.
Yeah, Bethany shooting 33% from the field, 11 of 33, led by Lindsey Best with 12 in this first. 4 of 10 from the field, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. 8 points from Ella Simpson, 5 there from Kaylee Potter, 2 for Addie Blazer, 2 for Taylor Duesenberry, and 1 from Josie Stone. Looking at the rebounding numbers, we talked about it. Bethany was leading on the offensive glass early, as But now Westminster, 7 offensive rebounds to Bethany's 6. The turnover's been a problem for both of these teams. 12 turnovers for Westminster, 10 for the Bison in this game. Assist-wise, 8 for Westminster and 7 for Bethany. But for the most part, Westminster been in the lead this entire game besides the first 2 and then this last 30-29 lead.
We'll take a break. Back with Coach Richards when we return. We are at the half with the score. Westminster Bethany. It's Bethany 30, Westminster 29 on your home of the Titans. It's WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Pizza Joe's in New Wilmington, offering pizza, stromboli and calzones, subs, wings, and salads. Pizza Joe's open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. at 209 South Market Street in New Wilmington.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Riardo's Bar and Grill, offering homemade Italian dishes, game nights on Mondays, and trivia nights on Wednesdays. Located at 1223 East Washington Street in Newcastle. Riardo's Bar and Grill, opening at 4 p.m. every day and closed on Sundays. Visit riardos.com or call 724-698-7259.
Back here at Westminster College, Mark Slazak along with Jacob Rhodes and Ben Kelly. We're at the half of the ladies' game with Bethany leading Westminster by a score of 30-29. Bethany had a 2-0 lead and a 30-29 lead. Those are only leads that they've had through the first half. And we're joined here at the half by Westminster men's coach David Richards. Coach, welcome in.
Thanks for having me again.
Senior day here at Westminster, and I know it's your first year here with this group of guys, but you get an opportunity right here. I know you had a lot of time with them since you've been here. Tell us about some of that senior group.
Yeah, I mean, this senior group has been a great group. They're great guys on and off the court. They're extremely coachable. They're hardworking. They've bought in since day one. So you couldn't ask for a better group of seniors. As your first year as a head coach here.
When I reached out to each of them and asked them to just, shoot me a few words of what they think about Westminster basketball from top to bottom, there wasn't anybody that mentioned anything about a transition, the new coaching. They said, we loved everything we've done this year. We've loved going on the road games and, get a chance to stay in a hotel. And they like the off days as much as the on days. They love the road trips, everything. So it sounds like a team that really likes each other.
Yeah, I mean, they hang out off the court together. Our practices are great because they compete against each other, but once, practice is over, it's done with. So, again, it's been a great group to coach since day one. They're extremely hardworking. They're easy to coach. They accept coaching. So, again, great group of guys that have your first year.
When you look at where we are right now here with Westminster basketball leading the North with 3 games to go, you've got a couple of games in the standings over Allegheny, but that is a team that has the tiebreaker over you. So you want to certainly keep that cushion if possible. But how do you look at things here coming down the stretch? Are you doing anything different, talking to the guys any differently, or just trying to do game by game?
No, we haven't talked really anything about seeding right now. We're taking it day by day, game by game. As of right now, we do hold that 2-game lead. So if we just take care of our own things, we'll be in a good spot. So we haven't talked about seeding. It's more about getting better every single day, preparing for each game.
It seems like it's been a while that we get the whole band together. We have an injury for Mick. We get an injury for Trey. We get personal reasons we don't have DJ. You've had Alex Rothrow with a sore hit. It seems like something. Skevos missed the game with a knee. It doesn't seem like we get the whole band back together. Yeah. How is everybody coming into this game today against Bethany?
We'll have a full team today.
There you go.
Full team today. But I think that's just kind of the grind of the season. There's always going to be some injuries. There's always going to be some things going on. And that's why it's important to have a deep roster. So when someone does go down, right, it's next man up. And I think our bench has done a great job. When someone hasn't played, they've stepped up and provided really good minutes for us.
Saturday a week ago down in W&J, and then you don't have DJ for that day. You play probably the best pressing team in the conference. It's not a great game for you in any rights, but what do you learn from a game like that when you might be missing somebody and you play on the road against a really good team with guys maybe a little bit playing a different position that day?
Yeah, the margin for error is really small in that type of game. And it's important when we are in practice for guys to know multiple spots. So when someone does go down, you can play a different position. So, the margin for error in that game was, really small because DJ is such an important player for us, especially playing against a pressing team, which W&J is. So, we learned a lot from that game. We learned a lot of things defensively for that game and how we can attack the press. So, it was a good learning experience for us.
So having several games without a starter that you've gone through this year as a coach, what's the mindset when you go into the game knowing that you might not have a Mick or a Trey or a DJ in a certain game?
Yeah, I really try not to talk about it, honestly.
Okay.
We just kind of go next man up. We'll discuss it maybe the day before that so-and-so is going to be out. And when we go into a game plan, who's going to start. But we really don't discuss a ton about guys being out. We just kind of, we have confidence that the next guy's going to be ready to play. So it's not something we really discuss a lot in practice.
Okay. And it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Next man up. That's what it is. If that's what you preach, you can't really make a big fuss about it. That's certainly good. So Bethany's a good matchup today. You take on the Bison at 10 and 12 and 6 and 7. But there's a lot of good offensive players on this team.
Yeah, they're a really good offensive team. If you just look at the pack games, they lead the league in scoring, lead the league in 3-point mades per game, lead the league in 3-point field goal percentage. I think they're second in assists. It's a high-powered offense. They're led by Coco Rose, who's one of the most dynamic guards in the league. So it's going to be a huge key for us to make sure we keep them out of transition, make them play in the half court, and try and take away their easy catch-and-shoot threes.
Yeah, Rose, Jaden Jackson, a couple guys that weren't with the squad a year ago. They've come in. They've been right to the top of the PAC in a lot of categories. They got guys like Ryan Riesbeck and Troy Hickson who've been around forever, and they continue to do their thing.
Yeah, Ryan Riesbeck and Troy Hickson, man, those are two really good shooters. If they get a second of space, it's going up, and they're both shooting over 45% from three in league. So, two guys we got to be aware of to make sure they're not getting easy catch-and-shoot looks, and we got to make sure they're putting the ball on the floor.
Valentine's Day today. Besides game day, what are the plans?
So we got my girlfriend's best friend is getting married right now in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
So she's down in Pittsburgh at a wedding. So right after the game, hopefully with a W, I'll be heading to Pittsburgh for a wedding.
There you go. Do a little wedding reception, and that's a great way to do it. Do you have to bring flowers with you, to sneak them with you for Valentine's?
I did it earlier in the week, so I have to take care of it today. Yeah.
There you go. I took care of that yesterday myself because we're working today on Valentine's Day. We appreciate the ladies in our lives certainly for that. Coach, thank you very much. Got a treat during your game in the second half. Can I have your dad, Dave Richards, who graduated 84 from Westminster, to come up and talk? Is there anything I should not or should ask your dad at the half?
Ask him whatever you want.
So you don't have no embarrassment. I can ask him all the kid things and all the things, anything to play. All right, thank you very much, Coach David Richards at the half. Westminster men take on Bethany coming up. And right now at the half of the women's game, it is a 30-29 edge for Bethany over Westminster. More coming up on your home of the Titans, WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Pizza Joe's in New Wilmington, offering pizza, stromboli and calzones, subs, wings, and salads. Pizza Joe's open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. at 209 South Market Street in New Wilmington.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Riardo's Bar and Grill, offering homemade Italian dishes, game nights on Mondays, and trivia nights on Wednesdays. Located at 1223 East Washington Street in Newcastle. Riardo's Bar and Grill, opening at 4 p.m. every day and closed on Sundays. Visit riardos.com or call 724-698-7259.
Back here at Westminster College, Bethany leading Westminster in women's basketball 30-29 here at the half. Mark Slazak along with Jacob Rhodes and Ben Kelly. Thank you again to Coach David Richards for joining us at the half. We'll have his dad, David Richards Sr., at halftime of the men's game as well to talk to him as well. I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. It is Valentine's Day today, And I know Seth Carroll was putting together some different Valentines that I caught earlier on Instagram, and we want to go through a couple of those. And Jake, you can decide maybe which one is your favorite from the different sports as they roll through. But I like that. You sprinted right into my heart from the track. I think there's very creative work here. You saved my heart. There's a couple of goalies there. I like it. I like it. The golfers. There's one of our guys there, Connor, on the bottom there as well. So a very, very good diving right into the heart. A lot of creativity here on the pictures. And Seth Carroll who did that. So thank you, Seth, for that. Are you a ground ball? Because I would fight for you.
I love it.
You got to know your lacrosse for that one.
Absolutely.
As you look for those, and of course, the 6-7. You cannot be any more than being the 6 to someone's 7.
It's gonna go away eventually. I pray and hope it goes away eventually. But my favorite there, I'm gonna have to go with the golf one. Aiden Barker and Connor Ely on that one. Obviously, Connor, part of the broadcast, too. Taking a day off, Valentine's Day. I respect it.
That's true. Who knows what he's got going on today? But for everybody celebrating, I hope you're enjoying your day. Glad you're enjoying your day with some basketball with us. We're at the half. It's 30-29 right now. Bethany has only led twice in the game. They led 2 and they lead 30-29.
Yeah, 25 seconds of the entire game. Westminster's been up for nearly 17 minutes of that first half. They started and ended that half trailing only won by 1 point here. Big story in the second half going to be Lindsey Garrison and Ella Simpson. Ella Simpson 8 points in that first half. Garrison scoreless, only 1 shot attempt, 32 points against Waynesburg in their last game. 0 in the first half against the Titans.
And Simpson, the deal because she twisted an ankle. We don't know if she'll be back. She scored an 8 early points to kind of carry through. We also mentioned no Bodai in the game today with that injury. Kate Bodai not playing today, 6-foot junior. She averages about 9 points a game, and she adds another 9 rebounds and 6 points a game. So a couple of people not there for Bethany. Westminster took advantage of it early, led by as many as 10 in the first quarter. Kind of at the end of that first quarter, gave up a couple of baskets in that last minute by Simpson to cut it down to 6, and then that kind of a little bit of that roll continued for Bethany into that second quarter.
Absolutely. And looking at that rebounding, you talked about Bodai being out. Westminster did win the rebounding battle by 5 in the first half. Offensive, defensive, and total 7 offensive for Westminster. It was Bethany on the offensive glass early at one point, had 8 more shot attempts than the Titans. Westminster working the offensive glass now, 29 shot attempts to Bethany's 33.
Yeah, neither team shooting great in the game, 33% from the field for Bethany with 11% from 3. Bethany not a team that makes a lot of three-pointers, so that's not a huge surprise. All that in from the Bethany three-point range. Westminster just shooting 38%, 17% from 3. And both teams 7 of 8 Bethany from the foul line. That's the difference right now. Westminster 6 of 11 from the foul line. Get ready to start this second half. It'll be Westminster basketball. Anything from Ben Kelly? Did you talk to Coach Lopez? Let's go down to Ben real quick.
Yeah, Mark, I was talking to Coach Scott at the halftime, as you saw. And senior day, it's a big day for her. Coach Scott, a Bethany College alumni. I go, what do you remember about your time as a senior on senior day? She goes, well, it was 6 points and 6 assists away from setting the all-time Bethany record. She shattered it that day. Her teammates already had a big event planned for her during and after the game for that celebration. She goes, and the cherry on top was winning the championship that season. So senior day, a lot of big, great memories for Coach Scott.
Grace Cano, thank you, Ben. Grace Cano starts the scoring off, gives the Titans the lead back. Coach Scott, an all-star, packed all-star 4 times in her career at Bethany. 2 times was player of the year at Bethany, so always that nice time.
Yeah, I love it when traveling to WMJ as well. Coach Gina DeRubo, Coach Scott. It's always something to see the player-coach battle.
And they still have a great relationship, too. Coach DeRubo and Coach Scott always spend time together before the game. Inbound here for Bethany after the Arison foul. Her second. Simpson is back into the game and feeds it on that right side. Ball slapped away by Calcamugio and lost for a moment out of the hands of Blazer. And it will go to the arrow. It's going to be Westminster ball.
Coach Lopez says, where are we going to our players? Of course, wanting that pressure on the ball.
Ball into Bella Calcamugio, the freshman. Against the press. Quickly across the timeline. Stops at the foul line. Feeds it right side. Syka. An open 3 in the air. Got it. She started the game. A 3 from Maddie Syka.
Rattles that one in from the right corner. No hesitation. The defense didn't get a hand up in time. Syka made him pay.
10 now in the game for Syka. Baseline drive. Flip it into Potter. She'll lay it up and in. Nice pass by Blazer Potter with a finish.
Yeah, good pass. Smart 45 cut there from Potter inside. 2 came on the baseline. Picked up.
Rexa helps to get it across the timeline. Try to a little underhand flip and read wild by Best to knock it out of bounds. Lindsay Best has shown she's got some quickness and some good speed out there. The 7-time newcomer of the week. 12 points in this game for Best as well to lead everybody. Top of the key for Kano. Westminster with a 2-point lead. Opposite for Calcamugio. Thought about a 3. Couple of dribbles, moves to her left, feeds inside for Kano, spins, shoots, blocked inside. And the team that leads the conference in blocks gets one there. Quick shot, right side, Simpson. 10 points now in the game for Simpson, and we're tied at 34.
Loving that mid-range jumper. I wouldn't be surprised if all 5 of her buckets were from that mid-range area. All the ones I can think of from that 12 to 15 foot range.
Very good from there, no doubt. Harrison feeds it to Syka. Syka, a couple of dribbles with her right hand. Back out to Grexa. Now on the horn for Calcamugio. She'll try a 3. It ticks the rim. It's into the corner. Grexa, though, will run it down. Grexa to the basket, spins, fakes, and scores. But Katie Grexa said, I don't have to pass this time. I'm just taking it back to the hoop. Titans have a lead. Potter quickly the other way, bangs into Grexa, and Kaylee Potter's going to shoot a pair of foul shots.
Tough bucket there from Katie Grexa, working on the baseline, muscling her way inside, out of the double team, dribbles it, 3 defenders there, gets the layup to go, and commits the foul on the other end. Kaylee Potter slowing the pace down for Bethany.
So Potter will shoot 2, 72% from the line on the year. First one's up and good. Mentioned being senior day, Ange Ukiago for Westminster, the lone senior on the team, the senior. All right, line is, second shot line right is up and good for Potter. And now we're tied again at 36. Breaking the press. Kano to Calcamugio. Bella took it off the shins, but able to still save it. Feeds it out to Harrison, top of the key. Harrison to Calcamugio, steps into a 3, puts it up, puts it in. Calcamugio has really gotten better and better as the year's gone on from 3. That's now 21 on the year. Best will feed it to Simpson on the right side, with the Titans leading by 3. Step back is Blazer. Didn't pull the trigger, looking inside, tries a lob opposite. Calcamugio with the takeaway. That's what she does best. Steal the basketball. Bella on the run, feeds it to Kano in the paint, and does Grace try to go up with a shot on the gather? The foul inside on Garrison, and she's going to pick up foul number 3.
Into the game now for Bethany, number 32, Riley Knight. Checking in for Addie Blazer. They're going to say no shot, I believe. No, Kano to the free throw line.
Yep, looks like she will take foul shots now.
Grace Kano, leader in makes, and has more makes than anybody else has attempts on this Westminster team. 38 to 65 on the year. Slowly improved that free throw percentage as the season goes on there, makes that one. You see her during our setups before the broadcast down here with the shooting gun on the free throw line. Definitely something that Grace cares about a lot and tries to improve in her game is that free throw shooting.
Yeah, she, even before the away game the other day at Hiram, she was in here for a good hour before the bus left, shooting foul shots. Makes 1 of 2, 40 to 36. The Titans on top, little backdoor cut to Best with the right hand, put it up and in. Best handles the ball well and finishes with a high layup on that right side. 2-point Titan lead. Against the press, trying to push it down the sideline. Ball deflected by Best again with the good hands out of bounds.
A lot of Bethany buckets have been on those give and goes, passing cuts, smart passing from the high post or elbow area. Has got Bethany a lot of free open looks at the rim.
Garrison with the 3 fouls checks out. Dusenberry going to check in. Been a frustrating day for Garrison after scoring, as you mentioned, 32 points in their win on Wednesday against Waynesburg.
Katie Mario into the game to try to take away one of those Bethany press defenders, make somebody guard her from the perimeter the entire way of this pressure.
Calcamugio to Mario, top of the key, feeds Kano. Kano to Calcamugio. Bella puts it on the floor, steps through a double team, blocked inside. Hitting the block was Howe. Loose ball grab by Bethany with a chance to tie her, take a lead. They'll fire underneath and land it up and in with a right hand. It's Best. She just beat everybody down the floor and got the layup.
Just talked about those easy buckets on the cuts. Maddie Syka caught ball watch, an easy cut for Bethany there.
16 now for Best in a tie game at 40. Kano to Saika. Try to go through a double team. Lost it. Got it back. There's Brush. She'll try to fire a three. It's off the rim. No. Rebound to the corner. Mario will save it to Calcamugio. Bella's short jumper is up and no good. Rebound slapped out of bounds by Bethany. So good hustle by Mario to keep it alive, and the Titans will have a continued possession. They'll inbound underneath the basket.
A lot of hustle in this game from both teams. Bethany in the second quarter to really cut back on that lead with the press, active hands, getting steals left and right. Jenna Zelch now in for Westminster. But Westminster also getting on the floor, forcing a few jump balls and getting those extra possessions.
Calcamugio to inbound. Looking for Zelch, instead crosses opposite for Mario. It's tipped out of bounds. Kitty tried to pull her hands back and say didn't touch it, but they'll say it tipped off of Mario and out of bounds, and the ball goes back to Bethany.
Another turnover for Westminster. Something these teams I talked about earlier. Westminster averages about 20 turnovers a game. Bethany 19 in their own right. Been an up and down game.
13 turnovers now for Westminster. Bethany sitting at 12. Best top of the key. Working to that right wing, little give and go, pick and roll. And the Potter lays it up and run it loud. And Zelch fighting for the rebound and got fouled. We'll give Zelch credit with the rebound and the foul inside. I think it's going to go against. I think they put that on 11, Duesenberry.
Yep.
So she'll get the foul. That's a second team foul.
Titans
Full court man press. All five up now for Bethany.
I was gonna say Titan changing the philosophy. The Titans a flat set now on the press. Not much movement.
Get the ball to Brush and push it ahead to Mario. Mario inside for Calcamugio. Made a tough catch and laid it in. Bobbled it as she was going to the basket, but Mario to Calcamugio for two of the Titans lead.
Great array of passes there for Westminster. Up ahead from Brush to Mario. Mario finding Calcamugio.
And you mentioned that they have to respect where Katie is, so that left a lot of room for Bella against the press. Up front with the basketball is Howe. Feeds inside, and she tried to feed inside for Best on the double team, a reach-in foul. It's going to be on Bella Calcamugio. So Bella's third. Team third. Looks like that'll get Arison back in for Calcamugio with the three fouls.
And those two have been interchangeable in this lineup when Garrison's been on. Both of them on her hip offensively. Still looking for those first points as Garrison on the bench right now.
Inside for Best, feed it to Potter on a little give and go, and another combination of Best to Potter for two.
It's really just fundamentals from Bethany with these passing cuts. Westminster ball watching a little bit on defense and paying for it on the back end.
Right side baseline jumper, and Jenna Zelch again from the baseline. Multiple baseline jumpers for Jenna, and now a career high 12 points. Titans back up by two. All inside, boy. Maury had a block, it looked like for a moment, then House spun back to the basket and laid it in.
Yeah, smart work on the pivot there. Mario thought she had the block, kind of gave up positioning and reverse pivot back to the basket for a layup.
Harrison working left wing, top of the key for Brush, and then Zelch. Trying a couple of dribbles and feeding Harrison. Harrison to Mario, and a whistle. Foul inside, but Grexa ends up on the floor. And also on the floor was Anthony. It's going to be white ball, so it'll be a Bethany foul. Coach Lopez doesn't like it at all. What they call? They call it on Best.
Lindsey Best, yeah, called him a foul.
So Best gets the foul. It was Anthony and Grexa both end up on the floor.
Pinball action there.
Third foul on Lindsey Best.
That's a big foul for the leading scorer for the Bethany Bison.
16 in the game for the freshman today. That's going to take us to the media timeout. So media timeout of the action. We'll take the timeout as well. We're tied at 44. Westminster and Bethany on your home of the Titans, WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Sunset Lanes, offering bowling, food, and drinks. Located at 1218 Idaho Street in Farrell, Pennsylvania. Sunset Lanes open every day until midnight, closed on Sundays. Call 724-981-9363 or visit online at bowlingoftheballs.rocks.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Ed & Jerry's Auto Service, 275 North Market Street in New Wilmington, offering auto repair, maintenance, and towing services since 1964. Ed & Jerry's Auto Service open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Mark Slazak, Jacob Rhodes, Ben Kelly here on a Valentine's Day doubleheader. Is that last time, if you see the collision,
Yeah, it seems like Best kind of ran into Grexa. Grexa then pinballed down
It almost looked like Grexa knocked Anthony down, and then Best ran into Grexa, who then fell over top of Anthony.
Yeah.
So in all that mess, Best ends up with a foul. Let's go down to Ben Kelly. Ben.
Of intensity in that Bethany huddle. Coach Lopez loves what she's been seeing out of her Bison. She goes, stay locked in, stay on your switches, know who you're playing, and know your speed in relation to the one-on-one guarding. She loves the way they've been guarding Katie Mario, saying they've had very little opportunity given to her. Say keep it that way, stay locked on Katie Mario, but don't trade baskets. That's the thing that they were stressing the most, is get stops and then get conversions on the other side. They got to stop trading baskets if they want to win this game, according to Coach Lopez.
And Harrison with a foul line jumper. Thank you, Ben Kelly. KO knocks it down for the foul line to give the Titans a 2-point lead. It has been a good physical matchup. Both teams not backing down. Dusenberry to Simpson. Simpson now guarded by Arison. Backdoor cut inside. Mario deflected it. And they're going to say last off Mario. Looked like it could have gone off of Howe and out of bounds, but it will stay with Bethany underneath the basket.
Yeah, good job by Katie Mario there, not playing the ball or watching the ball too much. Has her defender again there.
And then Mario again, this time back to the ball, knocks it away. Brush feeds it out front for Grexa. Back to Brush. He has room. Three's in the air. It's off the rim. No. Zelch taps the rebound to Grexa to keep it alive. Grexa going to the basket, spins, feeds it to Zelch at the foul line. Her jumper's up, flat, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Grexa fights for it to Mario in the corner. Back to Zelch. Out front to KO, to the hoop, flips it. Weak side, it goes to Grexa, spins in a double team, and a whistle and a foul. And Katie Grexa, the last one to touch it when everybody on the team had a turn that time, will get to the foul line to shoot two.
Offensive rebound from Jenna Zelch, tipped over to Katie Grexa, then Grexa diving on the floor, gets it to Mario. Board man gets paid, they say Grexa to the free throw line now. 4 subs for Bethany, Lindsey Garrison, Kaylee Potter, Addie Blazer, and I believe Lindsey Best in there.
So the foul shot for Grexa is up and good. 5 points in the game for Katie Grexa, 69% from the foul line this year.
As of late, just doing a little bit of everything, Katie Grexa. I mentioned the last game, she had 12 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks in that win against Hiram, filling up the stat sheet.
Titans up by 4. Lob to the baseline for Best. Works against Arison. Fakes left, goes right, double teamed, and an offensive foul. Oh, that was huge. That's the 4th foul on Best. She puts her fingers up, telling her coach that's 4. But a big play defensively for Kennedy Arison. Watch the feet of Arison to get inside, and then Best with the push off.
Great job.
Picks up foul number 4.
Great job setting her base. Arison there on the defense. It's either been Garrison or Best. The 2 best Bethany Bison scorers. Arison Calcamuccio had that assignment all day.
Coach Lopez leaves her out there with the 4 fouls, at least for the moment. Right side, Grexa feeds it inside for Zelch to the basket. High off the glass, shot no good. Got her own rebound, put it up, can't get it to go, but a foul. Oh no, they called a jump ball on the rebound.
Quick call on the jump ball there. Wow. Looked like Zelch had it pretty handedly. The defender over her shoulder holding on to the ball.
Yeah, definitely out-muscled the Bethany player that was behind her, as Best does check out now of the lineup, and the ball goes back to Bethany on the arrow. 4-point lead for Westminster. Garrison, who scored 32 in her last game, leads the team with 15. Still scoreless out there, working against Harrison. Trying to get downhill to the basket. Gonna have a whistle and a foul as Blazer tries to get to the basket. The foul on Grexa. Katie picks up her 3rd foul.
Not getting it on the box score, but you see there the cut from Garrison gets the attention of Grexa, cutting through the lane, and then gives Blazer a step to get to the hoop and draw the foul.
Coach thought a lot of change there with 3 fouls on Grexa, but then decides against it. The ball goes into Garrison. Garrison in the paint, bangs in with the left hand, and then Garrison, the grad student, gets her first 2. Titans lead by 2.
And nearing that 1,600 career point mark, 1,593 currently.
Coach Lopez thought that should have been an and 1. Here's Mario. She's free at the top and nails the 3. First one of the game's a big one, and the Titans lead by 5.
Extends that PAC lead to 57 on the year. Katie Mario good from the top of the key.
Garrison working against Brush. Hands to Simpson, trying to get downhill to the basket, off the rim with a right-hand shot, no good, and Zelch with a tight rebound. Harrison sprints across the timeline, feeds it out to Brush. Rush to Gregson left side, 17-footer in the air, wide no good. Zelch with a rebound, reaching over Garrison. Keeping it alive for the Titans with the shot clock at 16. Here's Brush out to Mario. Had space for a moment, but the pass was wide. Harrison with the shot clock at 9. Tries to get inside, and a shot blocked inside. Taken away by Bethany on the run. Quickly down the floor, Blazer. Feeds it into the corner. Simpson will try a 3. It's off the back rim, no good. Mario fighting for the rebound. She'll run it down first. 2-on-1 break for the Titans. Mario shoulder down to the basket, off the glass, and good. Katie Mario with a run out and the finish, showing she has more than just a 3-point game.
I don't even think she got her feet off the floor on that one. Just kind of threw it off the glass. Garrison.
Titans by 7 as Garrison tries the 3, and the air ball grabbed by Grexa. Titans led by 10 in the first. Saw that lead shrink and eventually lost the lead by the end of the first half, and now have taken it back to a 7-point margin with 39 seconds to go in the third. Zelch to Mario. Out front for Brush. Shot clock's at 9. Brush moves to her right. Back out to Mario. Shot clock's at 6. Mario spins up top. Fires a 9-1-1-3. It's blocked. Loose ball grabbed. Head right side for Garrison to the basket. The layup is good. Again, another late quarter basket. Clock down to 14 seconds. 5-point lead for Westminster. Clock at 8. Down to 6. Harrison trying to direct traffic with 4. Harrison with 2. Harrison not going to get a shot off, and that's going to end the third quarter of action with the score. Westminster 53 and Bethany 48. We'll go to the fourth when we return on your home of the Titans, WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Reed Activewear, offering men's and women's activewear and custom embroidery. Located at 1610 West Jackson Street in Painesville, Ohio. Reed Activewear, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, closed on weekends. Visit reedactivewear.biz or call 440-352-7433.
Back here at Westminster College, Buzz Ridl Gymnasium. Ron Galbraith Court, Mark Slazak along with Jacob Rose and Ben Kelly. Westminster with a strong third quarter. Led by as many as 7 in the third. Lead right now 53-48. They'll struggle by the Titans in the end of the quarter. Had a couple opportunities to maybe get that last shot, but couldn't get it to go.
14 offensive rebounds now in this game for Westminster. The offensive glass was dominated by Bethany, as we talked about. You can see Coach Lopez down on the floor, very, very animated with her squad.
Time to look at some Dar Huey trivia as we come back to this fourth quarter. In the decade of the 90s, the Titans from the tiny bucolic borough of New Wilmington played the University of Pittsburgh. They played the Panthers 19 times. That's Pitt, the real Pitt.
Wow.
8 at home, 11 in Pittsburgh. Titans record in those games. What could it be against the big city Pitt Panthers? Take a shot there.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with B. I'm gonna go with B, 12-7. I'm going B.
You're pretty good back then. I like that answer. What do we have?
Nope.
Wrong. I get the buzzer. Give us an answer at least. 9 and 10.
I've been really bad. Missed it on TTS. I've missed it here. This is no bad.
That's good, but that's little tiny Westminster against the University of Pittsburgh. We'll take that. Quickly down to Ben Kelly. Let's go to Ben.
Strategy over in the Titan huddle during that quick intermission. Coach Scott, not in one for motivation, just going to keep drawing up plays and saying keep the pressure flowing into the fourth quarter.
Zelch from 15 can't get the shot. Thank you, Ben. Rebound grab by Bethany. Garrison going to stop and pop a 3. It's off the rim, no good. And frustration continues for Garrison. And she took that one basically, Jacob, because that's one of the first few times she's ever just been open, just to take an open court fast break type of 3, and it didn't go.
Yeah, when you have 251 career threes, I mean, a pull-up 3 is definitely something that Coach Lopez doesn't mind from one of her star players.
It's been a rough game for Garrison tonight. Here's a bomb from Syka, shot no good. Rebound grab by Potter. Best is out there with, actually on the bench still with the 4 fouls. To the baseline as Potter cut off there. Feeds it inside, and did the Titans get the tie-up? They did! Bella Calcamuggio reaching in to tie up Garrison. Hoping it wasn't going to be a foul because Bella has 3.
And the Titans have made it a point today to have those active hands and try to dig in every ball that's passed on a bounce pass, a backdoor cut, anything. The Titans have had their hand on almost every single basketball today.
Dusenberry gets the ball out front for Potter. Dusenberry ends up on the floor. She's slow to get up. Let's get to her feet as Garrison dribbles out front with the shot clock at 5. Out front, Howe with the shot clock at 2. Fires the jumper, back rim no good, but kept alive. And a new possession on the rebound by Potter. And then they throw it away, a backdoor cut by Garrison, and Howe thought she was going to be there. Ball out of bounds, Westminster gets it back.
5-point lead, a little under 9 minutes left. You see disdain in the face of Coach Lopez. Her squad has not played to their standard. As I mentioned, they're third right now in the PAC South. One of 3 teams in the PAC with 10-plus wins. Been an elite program this year.
It's been a team, though, that does tend to turn the ball over a lot. You got that one right there. Saika to the wing, little give and go, try to get it back into Kano, and the ball deflected out of bounds. Westminster will inbound under the basket with a 5-point lead.
Titans going back to that box set. They've looked for those mismatches, both a double big lineup right now with Kano and Zelch.
Blazer going to check back in.
Number 4, Addie Blazer.
Inbound for Westminster. Calcamugio corner for Saika. The three's in the air. Good! Maddie Saika will knock down her 3rd 3 of the game. And Saika now with 13. Westminster with a 56-48 lead.
Starting off every quarter pretty much with a 3. Foul going to be called there on Calcamugio.
Good point. I think that's the 3rd quarter that has been led off with a 3-pointer for Saika. She did it in the 1st, and the 3rd, and the 4th.
Yeah, as of late, Maddie Saika's been on one scoring-wise, and 10-plus points in 6 of her last 7, make it 7 of her last 8 with 13 in this one, 56-48 lead for the Titans. Calcamugio going to take a break with those 4 fouls.
Inbound right side. Dusenberry tried to dump it inside. Ball deflected by Mario, but run down in the corner and kept alive by Bethany. Garrison to the foul line. Cut off by Brush. Back out to Dusenberry. Dusenberry gets away with a walk. Shot blocked by Saika. Loose ball grab by Potter, then blocked out of bounds. And then blocked into Potter, who's on the floor. That's going to be Westminster ball on the big block by Jenna Zelch.
That is a big momentum swing here. Back-to-back blocks in the same possession. You see here, Saika rejects it there. Potter finds it, Zelch, and then bounces off Potter on the ground. Going to be Westminster ball up 8 with 8 minutes to go.
That's why you don't slap it into the stands. You keep it alive. Right off of Potter. Great play by Zelch. A double block for the Titans with an 8-point lead. Ball out front for Kano. Kano working left, and the ball taken away. Dusenberry with the steal. Dusenberry to Howe. Howe thought about a 3. Out front for Blazer. Ball knocked away. They tried to get into Potter. They threw it high, and Zelch poked it out of there. Long pass, Saika on the run. Lefty layup up and good. And Maddie Saika makes the lead 10 for the Titans.
Tied the biggest lead of the game. Bethany led at half. Now Westminster up 58-48.
Garrison on the wing. Up front goes to Blazer. Back to Garrison. She's double teamed. Back out to Blazer. Give her room to shoot. Does Kano. Now it's going to be Howe going to try a 3. Her shot no good. Rebound though ricochets right into the hands of Blazer. Her shot no good. 2 players are down. I think they might have bonked heads.
Yeah, no good. Bethany already without Kate Bada. Ella Simpson had the twisted ankle. A few Bison players down. Westminster.
I think that might be Potter. And it looked like they might have banged heads on the play. And you can see the pain on the face of the Bethany player, and that's going to take us to a brief opportunity to talk a little Westminster here while trainers will tend to the injury.
Absolutely. Today, the Westminster College Dance Theater invites you to step back into the glittering world of the 1970s disco with its annual Spring Showcase. Dance Theater gets down tonight, 7 p.m. last night, and then today at 5 p.m. Saturday, February 14th in Westminster's Orr Auditorium. Inspired by the iconic disco era, this year's showcase will feature 25 dance numbers choreographed by 14 student choreographers. The show opens with a 6-minute mashup of classic 1970s disco hits, followed by numbers with songs from the 80s, 90s, and more recent hits. Dance Theater in its 48th year is a student organization open to student dancers of all skill levels. Tickets are available at the door.
Kaylee Potter does get to her feet. Makes her way off. She's got her hand kind of on the back of her head. And she clonked heads in there. I don't know if we have a replay of that one or not yet, gentlemen and ladies, but she comes off. The officials reviewed something at the table, but didn't make a definitive call to us. If we can see it here, what the collision might have been. There's Zelch in there. And it was just 2 players kind of going for the ball. That was friendly fire that time. That was not anything that Westminster did.
Yep, that happens.
And
unfortunate for Potter.
Yeah.
They're giving her a concussion test on the far side now. Big player for this Bethany team who's been out-rebounded by Westminster today, the second leading rebounder. First leading rebounder of the active players today is Kate Body, not active for today's game, but going to be big minutes now from Josie Stone.
It'll be across the timeline for Brush. Titans lead by 10, and the ball knocked away. Brush fighting to get it back, and the ball into the hands of Syka. Syka trying to get downhill, scoops with the right hand for the left side and got it. I'll take the ball, and I'll lay it in. Maddie Syka continues her strong game at 60-48 Westminster.
Beautiful inside hand layup there from Syka, extends it to 15 now on the day.
Right side is Anthony. Stepping back, Garrison a long three, off the rim, no good. Grexa with a rebound for Westminster. Rush to push it across the timeline at 6:30 to Maria. Maria wants to get downhill, flips it back to Brush, and then to Grexa with the shot clock at 17. Grexa spins to the foul line, out to Syka. She's feeling it, three in the air, is off the back rim, front rim and off. Oh, that nearly went in. Kind of got dead off the back of the rim and nearly fell through.
Yeah, backspin on the shot there from Syka, nearly had that ball, knuckleball in the back of the rim and roll in.
Garrison left wing, backdoor cut wide open, Anthony missed the layup. Rebound to the floor and a Titan foul.
Feel like a broken record talking about Westminster, just get caught ball watching every now and again. The back cuts off the ball have been what's allowed Bethany to stay in this game, 60-48. Those back cuts, those easy layups, the give and go. It's been Bethany's MO today.
Grexa now joins Calcamugio on the Titan bench with 4 fouls. 4 fouls for Lindsay Best.
Talked about a physical game, and both these teams both paying the price and reaping the benefits.
Potter now sitting in the middle of the bench here for Bethany. Here's a three in the air for Anthony. It's short, no good. Syka fighting for the rebound, poked out of bounds. Last touched by Blazer.
The lead's a dozen for Westminster. Bethany third in the PAC South at 10-3. Westminster currently tied at third with Geneva 5-8.
Garrison working left side, fights to the layup and puts it in with the right hand. Nice move and a finish for Lindsay Garrison. 6 points all here in the second half for Garrison. Titans up by 10.
You see as Bethany has accumulated those fouls, that the pressure's been off a little bit from Coach Lopez and her squad. Same with Westminster there. K.O. Arison had to play a little cautious defense on Garrison.
Give and go. Kano with a left hand and the basket off the front rim, no good. And Blazer with a rebound on the run. Blazer stops at the foul line, looks for help, now goes back to the basket. Boy, took an extra step, didn't get the shot to go, but the rebound grabbed there by Syka. Syka on the run into traffic. And across the timeline finally to Arison. 5:17 to go, Westminster leads by 10.
Titans need to take the pace back, play at their own pace, don't allow Bethany to speed them up. 5 minutes to go, 10-point lead.
Harrison on the wing to Kano, foul line jumper, rattles out. The rebound on the other end, grabbed by Bethany, ahead to Garrison. Garrison into the paint, looking for help, feeds it late and off the glass and good. Simpson going to the basket. 12 now for Ella Simpson, and the lead down to 8.
4:48 remain. Titans got to stay disciplined on defense.
Rush feeds it for Mario. This is a big three. Get out and rattle out. Everything but in for Mario on the rebound, grabbed by Bethany.
This whole place stood up. You can hear the ooh, but
Garrison tries to get to the basket. Her lefty layup is no good. Ange Brush, though, with the foul. And Garrison will shoot a pair.
It's going to send us to immediate timeout, but Kaylee Potter was going to check in for Bethany. You see this three from Mario. It's like 90% of the rim here, rattles back, front, back, and then just bounces out.
Yeah, great camera look at that one, and it just doesn't go. And that'll take us to the timeout. Give a chance to talk a little Westminster.
Absolutely. Talked about Jenna Zelch. She's had a career night, or career day rather, here against Bethany. She was a feature on this past week's Titan Town Sports, WCN's must-watch show. Has a new episode every single Thursday. Catch all the action plus inside stories on sports from around Titan Town, Westminster, the President's Athletic Conference, high school sports, and plenty more. Join us each week as we break down the big games, talk to players and coaches, dig behind the scenes, and keep you connected to everything happening in our sports in our area. Don't miss Titan Town Sports on the Westminster College Network, WCN.
Westminster in this game, led by Maddie Syka with 17. 12 from Jenna Zelch, Jenna's career high. 16 leads the way Lindsay Best, who's been sitting for a bit with the 4 fouls. Looks like she's ready to check in with Potter here to go down the home stretch for Coach Lopez. 12 points in the game for Ella Simpson, 11 for Kaylee Potter. Said Potter banged up earlier, but looks like she's going to come back in. Let's go down to Ben Kelly. Ben.
Well, Mark, in that Titan huddle, Coach Scott saying we got to stay mentally sharp, stay focused. Stop worrying about if your body is tired, but stay focused on the game itself. Wanted to make sure Lindsey Garrison was getting boxed out, being double teamed down low. Talked to Coach Scott before the game, and I said Lindsey Garrison averages 15.2 points a game. She's the best three-point shooter ever to wear the green and gold. She's only ever averaged those 6 points against us. They're still looking for that big game against the Titans. I go, how do you keep that going? She goes, we can't let her touch the ball, box her out completely, and don't give her any chances. They've done a good job of that today. Garrison, only 6 points.
Shooting foul shots right now. Thank you, Ben, is Garrison trying to get over that 6 point, but missed that first foul shot. One more line right. And Garrison will hit it. 7 points for Lindsey Garrison. And the 60 to 53 lead is Westminster's with 4:30 to go. Can the Titans close this one out? Kennedy Harrison left side for Saika. Saika around a high screen, gives it to Mario. Mario feeds it to Brush out front. Brush to Saika, shot clock at 9. Fires it foul line to Kano, puts it on the floor, spins at the basket, and fights it up in with the left hand. How about that move from Grace Kano?
Good defense, better offense there from Kano. Got the heavily contested shot to go. Back up to 9 points, the lead for Westminster.
Simpson on the wing. Crosses over, blocked inside by Saika, and an offensive foul as Simpson crashes in to Grace Kano. So gives Saika the block, and then Kano takes the charge.
Another big momentum play. We talked about it there. Grace hitting the deck, drawing the offensive foul. Great reaction there from the star junior. Maddie Saika, the block from behind. 9 point lead for Westminster. Looking to close this one out against the Bethany Bison.
There are 3 different charge calls in this game. Harrison out front to the top of the key. Feed it right side for Brush. Brush inside for Kano. Back out to Saika. Catch and shoot 3. Got it! Maddie Saika hits the 20-point mark with the 3 at 65-53 Westminster.
4 threes in the game there for Saika. A big one, extends the lead to a dozen now.
Best will bring the ball back out to the Titan logo. Left side for Simpson. Simpson trying to get to the baseline. Spins back into the paint. Dumps it to a wide open Potter who lays it in. And then a timeout going to be taken by Bethany on the Kaylee Potter layup. Let's talk a little Westminster.
Absolutely. Talking about the planetarium shows here at Westminster. The Westminster Planetarium invites you to explore the wonders of the universe this spring with an amazing full dome planetarium shows. From Earth to the Universe will be shown at 6 p.m. Wednesday, February 18th and Friday, February 27th. The program traces humanity's long quest to understand the night sky, from ancient myths and early Greek astronomers to modern telescopes and space exploration. The season concludes with a Seeing a Photon's Journey at 6 p.m. Wednesday, March 18th, my birthday, and Friday, March 27th. Funded by the grant from the Zeiss and narrated by astronomer Neil deGrasse Tyson, it follows a single photon from a distant star to the human eye. All shows take place in room 116 of the Hoy Science Center on Westminster College's campus. Admission is free, but reservations are required. To register or to learn more, visit www.westminster.edu/planetarium.
A great way to celebrate your birthday, Jacob, is check out that planetarium show.
I've never been.
Maddie Saika, not her birthday today, but a season high 20 points in the game. Maddie did hit 23 a couple of times last year, but 20 on the board tonight. I don't think, and I'm going to look at my notes here real quick too, this is the second time she's made 4 threes in her career. Yeah, just the second time.
Last season against Geneva, February 12th, so about a year ago today, 2 days removed. Maddie Saika, another 4-3 performance.
Yeah, she's knocked in 3 threes 3 times this year, but yeah, a good game for Maddie Saika. Started the injury a little the season a little bit banged up with some injuries and has just gotten better throughout the year, especially from the shooting side of things. Titans with the lead by 10. They'll bring it across the timeline out of the timeout. Right side, it's Kennedy Harrison. Harrison will feed it to Calcamuggio. Bella has the ball knocked away. It's a steal, and on the run is Blazer, coast to coast. Her layup is up and good. The Titan turnover leads to the run out in the Blazer basket. 4 in the game for Blazer.
It's exactly what Bethany needs, and it's the exact opposite thing that Westminster wants to do. They need to slow the pace down, control the ball in the waning moments of this game.
Corner, Saika wants another 3. This one's off the back rim, no good. It looked good. Just didn't go down. A rebound grab by Bethany. It was early in the shot clock as well. Down inside. Blazer with the left hand off the glass and good. Back-to-back baskets for the 5'10 sophomore Addie Blazer. And that Titan lead, which was 12, is now back down to 6 again.
Bethany will not go away. And the Titans and Coach Scott going to call a timeout here to get their wits about them.
Timeout of the action. We'll take a timeout as well with the score 65-59. Westminster over Bethany on your home of the Titans. This is WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Dev's Books Market. Dev's Books Market, located at 3384 Perry Highway in Newcastle, offering gas, grocery, fresh deli favorites, propane refills, diesel, and so much more waiting for you. Open weekdays from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Dev's Books Market, your one-stop shop in Newcastle, from books to bites to beyond.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Riardo's Bar and Grill, offering homemade Italian dishes, game nights on Mondays, and trivia nights on Wednesdays. Located at 1223 East Washington Street in Newcastle. Riardo's Bar and Grill, opening at 4 p.m. every day and closed on Sundays. Visit riardos.com or call 724-698-7259.
Back here, Mark Slazak along with Jacob Rhodes. 65-59, Westminster on top. Titans led by 12 here in the fourth, but a couple of baskets by Addie Blazer have cut into the lead. Let's go down sidelines to Ben Kelly. Ben.
Well, Mark, in the huddle, Coach Lopez saying there's still a bunch of time, over 2 minutes remaining, only a 6-point game, just saying we have to get stops, saying just stay true, one possession at a time, still a lot of game left to play. She's calming the team down, making sure they can still play this game as truly as they can.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Westminster basketball. Calcamugio, Grexa both out there for Westminster with 4 fouls. Lindsay Best out there with 4 fouls on the Bethany side. Round a pick, brush, faded to Calcamugio. Belly to the foul line, out to Syka, 3 in the air, off the back rim, no good, but the shot clock at 6, hit the top of the backboard, and the rebound grabbed by Grexa, kept alive by the Titans.
Huge offensive rebound there, 15 on the day now for Westminster.
There's Harrison on the wing, hand to Brush. Brush right side for Syka, baseline drive to the basket, block from behind. Huge block by Blazer, but the Titans keep the basketball. Out front, Syka, Harrison had to fire it with 1 on the shot clock, and it's wide, did not hit the rim, and the ball goes back to Bethany.
It seemed like the Titans just weren't aware that the shot clock didn't reset there. Some
off the block, yep.
A laxed effort there after the offensive rebound again from Katie Grexa. Led to the Harrison prayer 3, didn't hit. 1.5 minutes to go now, Westminster up by 6.
Best to Blazer on the wing, and then to Simpson. Back out to Garrison. Garrison to the foul line, dump it down low for Potter. Baseline drive, flips it back inside, ball loose, and a travel. Simpson just couldn't quite catch it and then try to pick it up. The feet were still moving, and the ball back to the Titans on the turnover.
Big play there, turning point in this game, 1:13. Every stop now matters for Bethany. You'd like to think a slow, methodical Westminster bucket here could be the dagger.
17 Bethany turnovers. Westminster sitting at 15 in that category. Inbound Grexa against the press. And out of Harrison with 1:08 to go. Titans up 65-59. Just 1 team foul on Bethany, 3 on Westminster. Harrison hands off to Brush. Titans burning clock. Out of Harrison with a shot clock at 13. Titans now get into their set with 8 on the shot clock. Around a screen from Kano. Harrison double teamed, in trouble, ball out of bounds, and it is off the leg of Harrison, and the ball goes back. So late in the shot clock, and we've seen this a couple of times by Bethany with a double team late in the shot clock, forcing a turnover and a timeout taken by Bethany.
Yeah, you got to think with how Bethany's been playing defense all day with the pressure and the trapping coming off a screen, a hard hedge is expected, and they're going to make you try to make that skip pass all the way across the court with Harrison out by the volleyball line. Just good trap from Bethany, forces the turnover now, down by 6 with about 45 seconds left in this one. Despite the offensive game she's had, I'm expecting Lindsey Garrison to get some sort of look here.
Yeah, why not? And you're down by 6, so you're running out of time here with options. 3-point shooting wise, Garrison came into the game 43 threes, well over 200 in her career. Ella Simpson 19 threes, and Lindsay Best with 11 on the season. They've made just the 1. Potter hit a 3. That's the only 3 of the game they've made in the game today. Not that they have to have a 3, but you're down 6, you have 46 seconds. Let's go down to Ben.
Well, Mark, laser focus in the Titan huddle now ahead of this 46.6 seconds remaining, a 6-point lead for Westminster. Coach Scott saying just get the ball back, box out, try and force a turnover. Don't just go trade baskets. This is a big, big possession, biggest of the game for Bethany, and Westminster acknowledges that, and they're going to make sure they can do everything they can to get a stop and get that ball back. Won't give away all the secrets, but Coach Scott heavy on clock management, heavy on defensive assets.
Whatever that discussion was about, Coach Lopez not happy at all. I think she wanted to advance the ball.
Yep.
And then she was not allowed, and I'm not sure what happened there, but may not have asked for it soon enough. Here's Garrison. Top of the key with a right-hand dribble. Hands to Simpson. There's an open three, and she got it. Alice Simpson had space and nailed the three. It's down to a 3-point Titan lead, and Westminster's going to take a timeout. Coach Scott just disgusted with the defense on that situation, as Simpson just got left alone on the pick, and you can see it was kind of a 2-for-1 pick on that replay. And Simpson found the opening. Westminster with the option to advance the ball now here into the front court if they wish with the timeout. That was the discussion with Coach Lopez, and you've got to let the officials know that you're going to advance the ball.
That's a big shot, not just to cut it to 3, but now it allows Bethany to play that kind of aggressive defense without having to foul. There's more than 30 seconds left, 33 exactly. They only have one foul, though. Bethany would have to foul a lot.
And they might. They just may play ultra aggressive on the defensive side. You can be very physical.
Yep.
One team foul. If it's not a shooting foul, Westminster can get pinballed down the floor here for about 30 seconds.
Absolutely. And this is a big game here for Bethany. Currently at 3rd in the PAC. Only a 2-game difference between them, Chatham, and Waynesburg. They would drop to 10-4 with a loss here.
Quickly to Ben.
It's communication, it is discipline in the Bethany huddle, saying get the ball back however you can, rebound, don't foul, get the ball back, call timeout, and try and get a shot off.
33 seconds on the clock. Westminster to inbound. They will from the half court, the ball into the backcourt, slapped away from Harrison and out of bounds. Blazer thought it went last off of Harrison. This could be one if they felt the need.
Yeah, if they're confident enough, they could replay this one.
And Coach Lopez, not sure if they want to or not.
I saw her give the signal. I think they're going to. She asked her assistant.
They did ask for the card, and now they will. Well, Blazer thought, and we'll get a look at this replay as well with Ben White getting into camper position, but Blazer thought that as that ball went in the backcourt, she deflected it. We have our replay as well. We can show that again. I didn't get a look. I got a great look at the reaction of Coach Lopez. I don't know if we have a replay of that play or not, but if we do, that'd be great. But a great reaction by Coach Lopez. Here's the play. There's Blazer deflecting the ball. And did that hit off the leg of Kennedy Harrison?
This is definitely one that the officials have to get right. In a crunch time position in the game, this is huge. Could cost Bethany a timeout. 3-point game right now. It would allow them to get a full set here with 32.3 left on the shot clock, or on the clock, the game clock rather. Trying to get a closer look at this. It's gonna be a tough one.
Totally opposite angle.
Call on the floor was Westminster, so it's got to be definitive results that say Westminster touched it last. The call on the floor very crucial here.
I'm not seeing anything, and maybe this is going to be the best angle to see if there's anything definitive. That they're going to zoom in, and Blazer with a touch. If it hit the body of Harrison on that initial touch, then maybe it doesn't appear to hit her after the ball hit the floor.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, especially with these angles here. Trying now on up top look, almost where we're at up here.
Yeah.
Trying to see a look.
It was a quick reaction by Blazer and Coach Lopez. They thought they had it. They're zooming in.
A little hesitation on the challenge. Looks like it was tipped there by Blazer. Did it hit the hand of Harrison? I think is what they're looking at there. And it might have ricocheted off the hand of Harrison.
It does, from that angle, look like it hit Kennedy Harrison, but let's see. Officials will talk it over. And now we have
waiting to call.
Another check. The score is 65-62. Westminster with a 3-point edge. We're trying to inbound with 33 seconds.
That uber aggressive defense from Bethany there is forcing, as Ben mentioned, don't foul, get the ball back any way you can.
You saw Calcamuggio on the floor. And again, you had that opportunity with just one team foul to run through a pick if you want, to be really aggressive, because it's not going to send your opponent to the foul line. So nothing to lose defensively to be ultra aggressive there, as long as you're not giving up something where somebody's into a shot attempt, of course, but they took full advantage of that. And the officials will now check with Coach Scott, and we'll know in a second.
Stick with the Titans.
And Westminster will keep the basketball. Not definitive enough. As they go to the replay, that'll take a timeout off the board
And
for Bethany as well, but it was worth it.
Yeah,
It
it's
certainly was.
not terrible for Bethany there because they still did get the timeout. Coach Lopez had the clipboard in there. It's just another timeout used. They have 2 left for the game.
You have to take that as a coach,
Yeah.
as Lopez, to
Especially with 3
take the
timeouts.
chance. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
But it works out for the Titans. Now the Titans will inbound. Rush has 3 in front of her. Kano on the Titans side of the floor. The sideline inbound, the shot clock at 29. And a look at maybe for the home run, they don't get it. They get into Calcamuggio. Calcamuggio is slapped away, now dribbles out of traffic. Bella, double team, tries to spin away, feeds it out to Kano. Right side for Gregson with 23 on the clock. Gregson at the top of the key. Westminster leads by 3. 18 seconds to go in this one, shot clock at 14. Calcamuggio, out front, ball poked away by Harrison. Calcamuggio tries to pick it up on the dribble, on the floor. Taya Bethany has the basketball with 9 seconds. Blazer across the timeline. Blazer spins. Blazer crosses it near side Best. Shot blocked by Kano. But a whistle and a foul, and a chance to shoot 3. Grace Kano cannot believe that a foul was called on that shot.
Westminster foul number 20, Grace
Kano got it just as Best was on her way up. Westminster with just 1 timeout left. Choosing not to challenge any of that, and it will be Lindsay Best to shoot 3 with 2.3 seconds to try to tie this game.
59% on the year for Best.
First one's good. She has made all 5 of her attempts in the game today. Second shot, lying right for the 7-time PAC Newcomer of the Week. That one rattles home. First one, no rim. Second one, a lot of rim. Third one, the big one here to try to tie the game. Coach Scott already saying if this ball goes in, she wants a timeout. Third shot, up, in, we're tied. How about that? Tied at 65 with 2.3 seconds to go. Westminster will have an opportunity to inbound and hope to get a last shot.
Westminster timeout.
Titans.
30-second timeout.
Titans currently have a 12-0 run going for the Bison. It was 65-53 Westminster, 12 unanswered for Bethany. Not the situation the Titans want. Don't have the momentum going into this possible overtime period. They do have 2.3 left on the clock to get a good look off, possibly draw a foul.
And again, as your tape, let's go quickly down to Ben Kelly. Ben.
Well, Mark, this is nothing new for the Titans. A big win on Wednesday with a last-second shot going in from Bella Calcamuggio. The first words out of Coach Scott's mouth in the huddle were Maddie Syka, team leader in points today, has a new season high. Big moment here for the Titans with maybe their season on the line.
Good points there, 2.3 seconds to go. Let's see what we do. Basket to the left, Mario out there as well. Is Calcamuggio looking into Grexa, spins, shoots, banks it! Oh, the banks are open on a Saturday senior day, and the basket in. They will count it. We will see if there's any time left on the clock as the officials are asking Westminster to go back to the bench, but the spinning bank shot all appeared to be before that bankboard went red, and Westminster's going to get out of here with a last-second win, barring a crazy review.
Katie Grexa spinning, fading shot on the near side baseline, perfect off the top of that square. One of the first things you learn in basketball, use that square on the glass. Katie Grexa, Tim Duncan-esque bank shot. They're going to say it's good, and there's no time.
It's official, a Westminster winner, and the Titans with a 67-65 win on a Katie Grexa turnaround bank shot 15-footer to knock off Bethany. Wow.
In awe, this place exploded. What a game for the Westminster Titans, knocking off the 3 seed in the South. Final score 67-65. You see the inbound from Calcamugio get into Grexa. No hesitation. Fading left shoulder bank is good. It's open on the weekend, and it spells a Westminster win here on Senior Day.
We'll take a quick break. We'll try to grab Coach Scott here as well. The Titans get the win over Bethany, 67-65. More in a moment, your home of the Titans, WCN.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Pizza Joe's in New Wilmington, offering pizza, stromboli and calzones, subs, wings, and salads. Pizza Joe's open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. at 209 South Market Street in New Wilmington. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Ed & Jerry's Auto Service, 275 North Market Street in New Wilmington, offering auto repair, maintenance, and towing services since 1964. Ed & Jerry's Auto Service open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Reed Activewear, offering men's and women's activewear and custom embroidery. Located at 1610 West Jackson Street in Painesville, Ohio. Reed Activewear, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, closed on weekends. Visit reedactivewear.biz or call 440-352-7433.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Dev's Books Market. Dev's Books Market, located at 3384 Perry Highway in Newcastle, offering gas, grocery, fresh deli favorites, propane refills, diesel, and so much more waiting for you. Open weekdays from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Dev's Books Market, your one-stop shop in Newcastle, from books to bites to beyond.
Oh, what a finish. On Saturday afternoon, Westminster wins it on a late bank shot by Katie Grex at the buzzer. They beat Bethany 67-65. Let's go sidelines to Ben Kelly. Ben.
Thanks, Mark. Here with Maddie Syka. Maddie, new season high today. One of the most exciting games you've had in a long, long time. What was it like in that last play when Katie hit that winner?
I mean, it's one of those plays, like, you just got to trust your teammates. We trusted Grexa to get that last shot off and make it, and she was able to execute, and it was so surreal, like, just seeing that final shot go in. Like, she was heavily contested, and it still went in, so we're just going to take this win and celebrate.
Your fourth career game with 20 or more points. What did you see out there today to help you thrive?
I'm sorry?
Your fourth career game with 20 or more points. What did you see out there to help you thrive today?
I mean, they were just leaving me open in the corner today. In the second half, my teammates were finding me. At the beginning, I started off with a three that I was open, and then I drove a couple times. So, I mean, for me, it's just seeing the gaps, and it's a big thing, like, with my teammates, too. Like, if they don't find me, I don't score. So, like, I couldn't do it without them, so they're a big part of it as well.
You and your teammates now 1 foot in the door to the PAC playoffs. What's that locker room going to be like heading in a few minutes?
I mean, it's going to be exciting. We're going to be cheering. It's so nice being able to win, too, like, with it being senior day. We came in, we knew it was going to be a hard game, but we just knew we had to hit them first and not give up. We played relentless the whole entire game. KO did an amazing job defensively. We all did. I mean, it was just, we're going to go in there, and we're definitely going to celebrate and have some fun today.
Thanks, Maddie. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We got Coach Scott down there as well. Let's jump in with Coach Roseanne Scott. Back to Ben.
Your second straight game with, that was more of a buzzer beater than Hiram, but another last-second bucket. What does that say about the mental tenacity of this group?
Well, that's what I was every time out. I was just saying, I know you're tired, but you know your mind's not tired. We gotta just stay focused and do everything harder because you know with that one span they came back, we looked tired, and I knew we kind of were, but I just said your mindset. It's all in your mindset, and they just kept battling back.
When you were a senior at Bethany, you told me you needed 6 points and 6 assists to set the all-time record in both categories. You shattered it. Now a big win again. It's senior day at Bethany. What does this one mean for you and your team?
Sorry, it means a lot. I mean, I wouldn't be here without my family, and it's always nice playing against Bethany, but there's just been I've had such a great experience. There's a lot of history there, so I'm just very grateful for the place I'm at now, and being here, and I'm just grateful, and I'm glad Ange got a big time win here, but you just don't realize how important these 4 years are and how fast they go, and like the support system you have around you, and I'm just glad I'm here for my players, and my coaching staff is here, and we just, this was a great day today.
Thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thanks.
Ben Kelly, an emotional Roseanne Scott, and the Westminster ladies with a big win, 67-65 over Bethany. Some of our post-game numbers quickly. Westminster led by Maddie Syka with 20 points. Jenna Zelch had a career-high 12. 7 from Grace Kano, 8 in the game for Katie Grexa, plus the game winner for Katie. 4 for Brush, 4 for Eris, and 5 for Katie Mario. On the Bethany side, 19 for Lindsay Best to lead the way, plus 3 free throws with 2.3 seconds. How about those that tied the game? 13 for Potter and 15 for Simpson. Some of the other numbers.
Yeah, the rebounding was the thing we talked about at the beginning of the game. Kate Bodai out for Bethany. Westminster won the rebounding battle offensively, defensively, and total. 14 offensive rebounds, 40 total rebounds to Bethany's 11 offensive and 35 total. Both teams swung the ball pretty well. 15 assists for Bethany, 17 for Westminster. 3 blocks for the Titans and a 7-block performance from this Bethany Bison team, shooting 38% from the field. Only 1 of 15 from 3, that one early from Kaylee Potter, and then 10 of 12 from the charity stripe, but dropping this one after a Katie Grex, a turnaround jumper, game winner.
Let's make it official. Our WCN and Titan Radio player of the game is?
Going to be Maddie Syka for today. A career performance for Syka, 20 points, 4 of 8 from deep, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. It's really difficult when you have a game like that for Maddie Syka and a game winner. Another good performance, going to highlight Katie Grexa as well. 8 points, 11 rebounds for Grexa in this one. What a game.
So congratulations, Maddie. Congratulations, Titans. Congratulations to Angelina Ukiaga, the senior of Westminster, a win on Senior Day. We're back with men's action coming up shortly, so stay with us. This broadcast was brought to you by the Broadcasting and Sports Communication Program at Westminster, providing real-world experience to today's media for tomorrow's producers. Thanks to the crew, thanks to partners Jacob Rhodes and to Ben Kelly. To you for watching. The final score in this one is Westminster 67, Bethany 65. I'm Mark Slazak saying so long from Titan Basketball on WCN. You have a good night.